Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The Guardians announced Cleveland Heights native and three-time Super Bowl champion Travis Kelce has joined the franchise as a minority owner. He grew up playing baseball and played a season of collegiate summer ball in 2010 while at the University of Cincinnati. Kelce's Guardians seek to avoid being swept today when they host the Nationals at 1:10. Tonight, the Reds look to win 4 straight when they visit the Mets at 7:10. NFL Packers running back Josh Jacobs was arrested Tuesday and booked on charges of battery, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, and intimidation of a victim for the Hobart Lawrence Police Department. According to Brown County jail records, he's facing 1 felony charge and 4 misdemeanors. Soccer crew defender Max Arston was named to the U.S. Men's National Team World Cup roster Tuesday. The U.S. Open Group D played June 12th versus Paraguay at 9 p.m. Coming up on Rothman Ice, ESPN's Adam Schefter joins at 12:30 right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, welcome aboard. Happy to have you with us, Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, my man, Matty Ice Hayes, and the loose cannon behind the glass. Boys, how we doing?
What up, what up? Doing well, man. Usually I would come on the air on a day like today and say this is perfect weather for me, but it seems like as we're sitting here a couple minutes after high noon that it's real out there. So everybody be safe, especially if you're in Fairfield County at the moment, because we've got 10 TV up and it's tornado warning for Fairfield County. So hopefully everybody is doing all right now.
All right, so that's Lancaster, Picktown, Buckeye Lake.
Reynoldsburg, maybe, I think, is in that county. But yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Pleasantville.
Correct. Like, if you're in that area, be careful. Be careful. So, yeah. How are you, though, man? Everything else all right for you?
Not bad,
man. Good, man. Good,
Everything's all right.
Good.
I'm just trying to zero in on this is a tornado warning, by the way, not a watch. So how I always remember this is the watch is kind of like you're on guard.
Be alert.
Yes,
Be alert.
You're up in the you're on guard. You're watching. The warning is take action. I've given you a warning. Don't make me give you another one.
Which, growing up, I always thought that was backwards. Like, a watch for me is, I'm watching out for it because there's been a sighting. A warning seems like, hey, get prepared for this. This may be on the way. I've always thought those needed to be reversed. But what do I know? I'm just a DJ.
Just one of the DJs here. Have you guys ever seen Pleasantville, the movie?
No.
Where it's all in black and white, and then it goes to color.
I have not seen that.
Yeah. It's kind of a wild movie. It came out in the 90s, and I think Tobey Maguire is actually the star in it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Was it Robert Pattinson in one that was in black and white, like a few years ago?
Who's that? Bobby Patterson.
Robert Pattinson.
Who is Robert Pattinson?
Isn't he the Batman and the guy from Twilight?
I don't know.
He's not Robert Pattinson?
Maybe you're wrong. No, you're probably right. I just have never really heard of that person.
I think you would know if you see his face.
Robert Pattinson.
Really pale?
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Okay, you're right, yeah.
Or perhaps for the one movie where he was a vampire, so.
Yeah, don't really know him, Matty.
AR, he was in a movie called The Lighthouse. That was, I believe, shot mostly in black and white.
Okay.
It looks like it came out in 2019. Okay. So when you mentioned that, that's where my mind went. But yeah, Robert Pattinson, he is the newest Batman.
Is he?
So, we were watching The Penguin.
All right, let me give him a little.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
The Batman was really good. Zoe Kravitz is, Catwoman. That's where we really get to know the Penguin. Colin Farrell plays that, which leads into his TV show, which was, I thought, really good. Shout out to Sophia Falcone. And then that ended with the Batman logo in the sky. So it looks like we'll get the Penguin and the Batman 2 doing some work together in the next movie. So I'm excited about that. So that's who Robert Pattinson is.
All right. Good call on that. I thought, frankly, it sounded made up.
I know. I just remember
Todd Gack.
watching the trailer of this movie that came out a few years ago in black and white, and I'm like, that doesn't look very entertaining to me in the year 2019 when it came out.
Speaking of 2019, that's an incredible segue because President Trophy winner. Do you guys know what that is in sports? The President Trophy winner?
Yes.
Okay. It's the team with the best record.
Yep.
And they've been swept only 5 times in NHL history. And one John Tortorella has now done it twice.
I know that guy.
2019 with the Jackets and now 2026 with Vegas. And now, there is a President's Trophy curse. Not many, I think what's now 13 in a row or 12 or 13 in a row have not gone on to win the Cup. So having the best record, most points in the league, it's not
you don't want that.
You kind of don't. It's like winning the par 3 contest at the Masters.
Yeah.
No one's ever gone on to win the big boy if you win that one. In fact, if you think you're going to win it, you might want to 3-putt a little bit down the stretch or hit one in the forehead into the water. So anyway, I know that he hopped on a moving train here, and it's not really technically about him, but it is. Because there are certain fits in sports where a guy, old school, veteran coach, a lot of experience, joins an experienced team and joins them when they're leaking oil badly. And Cassidy had won a cup for them. When you fire your coach with 8 games to go, you are sending a message that this is not acceptable. We are getting in, and when we get in, we're going to do something.
Which, by the way, saying that and hearing that is insane.
A guy who's won for them recently.
8 games to go. We're making a dramatic change.
Well, when you lose 12 of 16.
That'll shake the rope.
And you look like you're going to be on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And you don't want to just let it go. And it's the hardest thing to do. And look what the Jackets did. I mean, I remember saying to the Big Don, like, that's a gutsy move. Because he didn't inherit Dean Evison. He hired him. So you're firing. So anyway, it's also an indictment on you.
Yeah.
That you hired this guy that you're going to fire. It's a lot easier to fire a guy you never hired. He's not attached to you. He's not your mistake, technically. And so when they made this move and they lost 12 of 16 and they brought him in and then he goes 7-0-1, they win the division, they get in, they're playing these young, fast teams that it can go either way, but you like the experience you have. And then all of a sudden he's got a goalie that got healthy and their team's getting a little bit healthy. And now they're riding a wave. And, you know, when you hear Torts talk about it, I think certainly his reputation precedes him in a lot of ways, right? Tough guy to play for, but very fair and honest with his players. Feisty, emotional, cares, passionate, checks all the boxes. And no coach is built the same. And some players are going to respond to certain coaches and some aren't. There's some people probably hated playing for him. There's probably people that would go to the end of the world saying that he made me a better hockey player. He's made me the guy I am today. It reminds me a little bit on a lesser scale of how people used to talk about Bobby Knight. That there are going to be a few that certainly, and there are also going to be a lot that say, I'm the player I am today because of him. And when he got there, he was the story because of what he had done in his past. But he kind of stayed out of their way a little bit and found some fundamental things to get them going. And as the saying goes, you can't keep a good man down. And I am as jacked for him as anything. Now that they're in the Cup final, it feels differently. You know, he shut down the media after they beat Anaheim. I thought it was a mistake because it was a series ending. I think he might get away with that a little bit publicly if the series wasn't over or they were coming off a loss.
And they paid for it. The franchise
and they paid for it.
Second round pick
horrible.
And financially.
Financially, they could eat that.
But the second round pick,
that made it real.
Serious,
and they are cracking down on that, especially in the playoffs. Even though they sent a few guys out to do some media, like he shut her down. It was very old school. I think, this is my personal feeling, I don't know, that it was a little bit of a middle finger to the league when McNabb got popped for that misconduct, when it was a hit that certainly from a results standpoint ended up being a bad injury to a guy, but it was a very legal hit. They were playing results there. I didn't think it deserved what he got. First of all, he missed the entire game anyway, and then they popped him with a misconduct. I think that was it. I think he didn't like the way the league handled it. That's my gut feeling. I don't know that for a fact, but clearly they came back out, apologized, and got back to work, and that's all they've done is, you know, the pessimist in me last night, even though they're up 3-0, I think we have this thing in sports where if you go up 3-0, you're going to win, and you should. Historically, no one's ever, especially in hockey at that point before the Cup, nobody in the conference final has blown a 3-0 lead. But you are playing, on paper, the best team in the league. And what at the end of that game last night, they scored to go up 2-0, and now you feel like it is over. There's like 5.5 to go, and you feel like it's over. Colorado gets one right away. And so in my mind, and I guarantee he was thinking this, not fast forwarding like I am, but that these series can turn on a dime. Because if Colorado ties that up and wins that in overtime, if they do, now they're going back home. And let's say they get that one. Now everything, I'm already at game 6 now. And now you have to win that. Because if you blow a 3-0 lead and it's 3-3 and you're going back, then so sealing these things up is so important. And he did that last night. Let's hear from Torts real fast.
You mentioned that it was a few months ago you were sitting, relaxing, spending some time with family. You got a call from Kelly McCrimmon about this opportunity. At this point in your career and everything you've done, how much do you appreciate the opportunity you have now to go to a Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, it was a Sunday. We were just finishing up with our 2 grandkids. And I've never met Kelly. And, I got the text. I showed my wife, and she says, well, call him. And things happened really quickly. I couldn't be more grateful. It's a great organization. Bill, George, Kelly, they've treated me so well. And to get an opportunity at my stage to come to this team, this organization, I couldn't be more thankful.
Last one for you. I'm not going to ask for you to recite it word for word, but when you go into that dressing room, what's the message to the guys? Because I know the work isn't finished.
Yeah, you know what? And I've already talked to a couple of guys. I consider the 3 rounds, that's playoffs. The last round, if you're still in it, that's when you're playing for the Stanley Cup. So that's what we're doing. We're going to play for the Stanley Cup. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool, John. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it, bud.
How about that? 22 years, Matty, since he did it with Tampa.
Couldn't help but be happy for him last night watching all that happen. I had the pleasure of meeting him with you and Bobby years ago, and we had him on Hockey and Hounds for years, man. So for us, I think it's going to hit a little different. I am curious where Blue Jacket fans are right now. Is there mixed feelings when it comes to this? Are they going to be rooting for Torts in the Stanley Cup final?
We'll put a poll out.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think it has the Vegas tinge I think you're talking about there, with having them kind of be on a little bit of autopilot to start their expansion.
This is the
and where they are.
Time since they started that they've popped up in the final.
Yeah,
since what, 2018? Something like that?
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
3 and 9?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
All right, we'll come back with that poll, and then we'll switch gears a little bit up to the Buckeyes. And where do they rank in returning production? I want to ask you guys if you believe this. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
What's up? It's Iceman. McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion is having a Made to Remember, and they want to help you hit the road in style. Lease a brand new 2026 Chevy Trax LT for as low as $175 a month, or purchase for as low as $319 a month with only $1,000 down. This offer is for the month of May only. See dealer for details. Terms and conditions apply. Take delivery by June 1st, 2026. McDaniel GM Superstore is just a short drive up Route 23 off 95 in Marion. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Your next getaway is closer than you think at your Columbus Zoo. Baby elephants, playful tigers, hungry giraffes. Explore North America Trek and discover rescued bear cubs, eagles, and more. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Common Man and Timmy are putting together a hangout at the radio station for a small amount of listeners. Pizza will be involved. Ping pong, too. Lots of inappropriate conversation. And don't forget, pin the tail on Teddy. Tell Man and Timmy why you're the perfect guest by emailing goodcleanboy@gmail.com.
Presented by Billiards Plus and sponsored by Paisano Peppers.
The event takes place Thursday, June 11th, and all email submissions must be in by June 1st. Enter today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers and storms on and off throughout the day today, otherwise cloudy skies with highs in the mid to upper 70s. For tonight will become partly cloudy overnight with lows down into the 50s and a lot more sunshine in the forecast on Thursday as temperatures get in the mid to upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
I saw this stat. First of all, I don't really even know. Returning production is a big deal. And especially with all these rosters that keep turning over. But it doesn't mean what it used to. Right? Like roster retention years ago was massive.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you didn't have it, that means you were going to youth and inexperience while they may be talented. And now college football coaches are hunting for talent wherever they can get it, especially proven talent.
Yeah.
And then the trick is when you get that talent to make sure that you can get them together and have the chemistry and teamwork and bonding. Because if you haven't, you and I are in a business where when you work with someone, it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you can't do a show with someone you've never worked with. But you understand body language. You understand cadence. You understand a rhythm of what's going on. And I think while talent acquisition is fluid, the continuity, it'd be great to ask Ryan Day this about, can it be developed the old-fashioned way anymore? I guess maybe the core of it can. And then you find areas where you can piece it together. And that's where returning starters still matter. And I saw this stat today about returning production. And it was weird to not see Ohio State's name there in the top 20. But then you think about it, and they don't. I mean, they lost a ton to the NFL. They still have the Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith and Bo Jackson and
Jermaine Matthews,
Kenyatta,
and those guys, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
and Sanchez, yeah.
There's a lot of who is this guy going on? Like, we don't know a lot of these players as far as what they are.
Well, they didn't know Arvell Reese that much either last year.
And he just popped up out of nowhere and just went crazy this
He was
season.
our pick to click, but he wasn't a household name.
And I think these seasons can be exciting for fans sometimes, especially at programs like in Ohio State, because while there may be some unknown with the faces that you're going to be watching, I think you trust in knowing that there's dudes all over the place at the Woody Hayes facility. It's just about those guys fine-tuning their craft and the coaches getting those guys ready to go. And so I think Coach Day and his whole staff have proven that they can have guys come in from other programs, have them learn the Buckeye way, if you will, and then go out there and do their thing. We've seen that for years now. And I think specifically for me on defense this season, that's where I can't wait to see what it looks like, especially for Matt Patricia as a play caller in year 2 now, because we know what he is now. We know what he is now as a defensive coordinator. That's arguably the best in the entire sport, if not the best in the entire sport right now. But the combination of what he was as a defensive mind with the experience and talent last year was just a perfect blend. Now there's some guys that are coming in with differing levels of experience. But I think within this system on defense, I trust that Patricia knows those guys and will get to know those guys and put those guys in the right spots.
It's amazing between Caleb and Arvell and Sonny and Curry and Caden McDonald and IGB. I mean, it really is amazing. So when I saw this stat, here's why I don't necessarily believe it. So do you guys know on this stat, you haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen this.
So just give me a guess on who leads the way in bringing back the biggest percentage of their quote production. And this is why I say this is weird, because if a team lost, well, go ahead. You answer first.
Well, can we get a conference?
There are some parameters. Is this in terms of like stats or snaps? And also, do you get credit for bringing in transfers who played a lot elsewhere? Probably not.
No, that wouldn't be returning production.
Yeah.
This is returning. So basically, of your 22, probably, how many would be coming back?
And you said the number they have mapped out is 20%?
No, the most returning production is 73%.
No, but the number for Ohio State was, what do I have?
No, I don't even have them in the top 20 on this graphic.
That's why I have 20.
Yeah.
Okay. One final question, and this is somewhat of a giveaway, somewhat not. Would we be surprised by the answer? Should we be thinking off of the board?
No.
Okay. I mean, Dante Moore's coming back, but Lanning works the transfer portal like crazy. So, I don't know.
Could it be Alabama?
They're not on the list.
Okay.
Georgia.
I don't even understand the list, honestly. Notre Dame. So then I started thinking to myself, how does a team that lost their 2 best running backs and wide receiver, like, how can that be?
Notre Dame really does not struggle with the transfer portal like that.
Now, I know there are 11 guys on the field at a time, but the question I have for you guys is, how does offensive line figure in to returning production? Dang. They're just coming back. Like, how does that work? Because if offensive stats from returning quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, that's yards, that's touchdowns, right? The offensive line snap, one of you guys said snap,
snaps,
is a big factor. So Notre Dame returned players for 42 of 60 offensive line starts last year. Their defensive production on snaps and tackles. So while the offensive line doesn't produce yards directly, but returning O-line, that continuity gets heavy weight because it drives the overall offensive efficiency if they're good.
It's connected.
That's why Notre Dame can lose running backs and receivers and still lead at 73%. But it's just weird. I looked at this and I was like, should I buy into that? Now, I know Notre Dame's going to be good, so that's why this stat holds up. But then it goes to like Maryland and Nebraska. Oregon's in there at 66%.
Okay.
And USC's at 65%. Somewhat like Texas, 68. Georgia, 68.
And you said the leader in the clubhouse was 73?
73 for Notre Dame. And I was like,
close.
Yeah, so it's not completely out of the equation. What was jarring to me was that number, and then the other one was that Ohio State is supposed to be really damn good because they have a lot of talent and they have maybe returning at the right spots. And if this offensive line does click and the defense by committee and we have a few guys that pop, then all of a sudden they're right there again. Yeah. But on this on this graphic, there's no Ohio State to be found, which doesn't make them lesser than. It just makes them newer.
And I think the confidence comes from the whole we don't rebuild, we reload thing, right? But I think even bigger than that for me is your starting point of quarterback and head coach is, for me, what I always look to. For the teams that I think have a good chance to succeed is experience at quarterback and a head coach that knows what the heck he's doing. And clearly we know that Ohio State can check both those boxes. And also, just because you have a high percentage of returning production on paper doesn't always equate to you being a good team.
Well, they didn't make the playoff last year.
No, but I'm saying,
like, which
mentioned
bolsters your point.
A couple teams that were in there, right? Like
should have
Maryland returning a whole bunch of production.
That's right.
That's not the best thing. They're not going to be
experience is part of it.
Experience, but the talent too, right? Yeah. So you can be a guy that's played a whole bunch of snaps, but that doesn't mean you're a dude.
That's right. So you can nitpick this graphic and just pick the ones you want. Oh well, they used to be good, or they're still good, so they'll be good. I just thought it was an interesting stat because the numbers I saw were close. I mean, 72% or 73% is Notre Dame's, also their defensive production. So 57% on offense with a total snap grade of 66%. So they're still the number one team on most rankings, Notre Dame.
But Ohio State also did just go through this, losing a ton of guys in the draft after the championship year, and then still they were, number one in the country heading into the Big Ten championship game?
But like Maddie says, their talent is so heads above, especially now, a quarterback and receiver. And now I know it's trenches, and this defense has to live up to last year's benchmark, which will be very difficult.
And there's only, a handful of programs that can lose a guy like Carnell Tate and then insert a young, talented player in Chris Henry Jr., too, to where you close the gap or maintain who you are as a program when you can have some of these freshmen come in and be impactful players right away the way that Jeremiah was.
It's misleading. I'm not going to lie. I think the whole graphic's a little bit misleading because if you're talking about returning starters or total players who saw playing time.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's starters.
That's what I think it is, too.
And if
you're counting the offensive line, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, in the SEC, Georgia leads with 14 returning starters, then Tennessee with 12, followed by Oklahoma and Texas with 11. So, it's the only thing that popped for me is that Ohio State wasn't there. And they're also considered probably the team to beat.
Top 5 team,
yeah. All right, we're going to come back with our guy, Adam Schefter, and we'll ask him if anything is brewing still in Cleveland with Miles and the Munkin. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
As the saying goes, trust is earned, never given. When it comes to your roof, who you trust truly matters. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a business. We're a local, family-owned company built on honesty, integrity, and hard work. From the very beginning, these core values have shaped the way we do business, ensuring a customer experience that's second to none. Our dedication to quality has earned us the trust of thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio. At Newman Roofing, excellence isn't just a word, it's our promise to you. From the moment we step foot on your doorstep to the final handshake, we strive to deliver an experience that keeps you calling back for more. Whether you need a roof repair or a full replacement, our team at Newman Roofing is here to protect what matters most. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. So give us a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice, Orthopedic One. A couple years ago, I felt like I was breezing through life. I was tearing through rounds of golf, and it hit me. Excruciating hip pain. Hip that would not go away until I saw my friends at Orthopedic One. Then, bye-bye pain. So if you're dealing with constant pain or you suffered an injury, start with the specialist. Start at orthopedic1.com. There's no referral required, and there's several convenient locations in Central Ohio. Schedule your appointment at orthopedic1.com.
Join T-Bone and Tyvis mornings on the Fan for football, food, and fun, featuring T-Bone.
Now, when you were talking about the football stuff, I was listening, but when you said Waffle House, I leaned forward in my chair.
And national champ Tyvis Powell.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
Where they solve all the world's complex problems.
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Football, food, and fun with T-Bone and Tyvis. Weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on The Fan.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, it's that time of the week we get to pick the brain of the senior NFL insider from ESPN, the one and only Adam Schefter. Shefty, how you doing, bud?
Nice to be with you, Anthony. How you doing? Right?
We're doing outstanding. We appreciate your time as always. Get your insight on a couple things. All right, so obviously most teams try. You're always one injury away from needing a quarterback and all that. And the Niners go ahead and kind of stabilize their quarterback room with the restructuring with Mac Jones. Did they field any trade offers that you know of?
No. Nobody came close to trading for him. Nobody made an offer that even made them think about trading him. And here's the thing. Like, they really value him quite a lot. His contract's up after this year. They only would have traded him if they had gotten, let's just say, a late 1, a 2. Nobody even ever got serious with them about that, but they're happy to have him, and they've had injuries at that position. Insurance is valuable to have at the quarterback spot, and they have it with Mac Jones for this season.
Staying with the Niners, Shefty, what's the latest with Brandon Ayuk? Where are we going with that?
The only thing we could say is that he's not going to be there next year. And Brandon Ayuk would like to be traded. They'd like to trade him. The thing is, nobody's made them any kind of money, so it just creates a difficult situation. The Niners feel like they paid the guy, they went out of their way for him, and they want to hold on to him, which they believe is their right, as long as they can, to see if the time comes and materializes when they can get something back in return. They're not willing to move off him just yet. Maybe when training camp begins, maybe it would happen then. But they're in no rush to release him. And if they feel like somebody made them any offer, like gave him a 7th-round pick, they trade him, but that hasn't happened either.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think in my mind, like maybe Washington, if they really want him.
Yeah, but they know that eventually the Niners have to move on from him. If you want him now, you trade for him. If you want to wait, you can get him later on.
Yeah.
So you just have to see how it works out.
Josh Jacobs, now in a little bit of an issue here, certainly in the court of public opinion with what's going on there. What's the latest?
Boy, this is a troubling, disappointing situation where, you've got an investigation that began on May 23rd. There are 5 alleged incidents of domestic violence, 4 misdemeanors, 1 felony. And he's still in jail right now. And the thing is that, the league will do an investigation. The legal system will have its say. The attorney for Josh Jacobs says his client didn't do any wrong. So he gets to argue his side. The facts of the case are, again, there's a lot of smoke there right now with 5 different charges and him in jail. So we'll see where it goes. But, again, the baseline suspension in the NFL for any domestic violence issue is 6 games. Minimum. So, you're looking at something here that obviously is deeply disturbing, troubling, concerning, and will have major ramifications as it should if the allegations are proven true.
Yeah, so you're right. He has denied it, and he gets his chance now, and the investigation will continue. It's interesting because I think we asked you last week, we were thinking, okay, could some team emerge for Alvin Kamara And I think I even threw out like pairing him with a workhorse kind of a back. And I think I even mentioned the Packers. Now, it's too soon for the Packers to start picking up the phone and seeing what's going on, right? Because they have to let this play out. But that starts to come to the surface for me now, that if this thing were to go sideways on them, they could be a target for Kamara.
Yeah, I think that it's a case where I don't think it's too early. Like, it sounds like they're going to need another back, whoever they decide to get. I don't know that Alvin Kamara's the right guy. I don't know if he's a workhorse with his injury history, but it sounds like they're going to have to get something.
No, he wouldn't be. I was talking about like you'd pair him with a workhorse. But now you're right, that guy's gone, and he couldn't stand alone. I agree. But that's the first team that jumps to me now. When a team, now they've got a running back that allegedly is in trouble, and we were looking for a landing spot for this guy. So I guess we'll see if that plays out.
Again, look, it's a situation. It certainly sounds like it's not just going to go away. And so if that's the case, you might as well start looking around for other running back solutions. I think that maybe they have some on their roster, but if you're minus Josh Jacobs, you better have another alternative, and they're going to have to look around, I think.
Yeah, no doubt. Shefty, let's stay in the NFC North and running back specifically. The Detroit Lions get some business done with Jack Campbell, their linebacker in that same draft class. They brought in Jahmyr Gibbs. How close are those two parties to coming together to get him a new contract?
I just think at some point in time here this summer, we're going to get Jahmyr Gibbs a new deal. We're going to get a new deal for Bijan Robinson. There are going to be a couple of big running back deals. Those are probably the two first players picked in fantasy football drafts across the country, Bijan and Gibbs in no particular order. Gibbs, Bijan, Bijan, Gibbs, whichever one you prefer first. I think both those guys, by the time the season starts, I think both of them have new deals.
So the Houston Texans have done a deal with Will Anderson. They've done a new-ish deal with Nico Collins, but I haven't heard or seen anything about C.J. Stroud. Shefty, what's the latest with C.J. and the Houston Texans, and whether or not right now they want to do a new deal with him?
I think they'd be open to doing that, and it won't surprise me if that deal gets done here in the coming weeks and months, maybe before the start of training camp. I think they've been pretty clear in their beliefs with C.J. Stroud. I think that they'll look to re-sign him, and we'll see how that works out.
Adam Schefter is buying a minority stake in a team of his childhood. Who's he looking at?
You're saying I could buy any team in any sport?
You're following Travis Kelce. You're following his lead. You get to have a minority stake in a team right now.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that I wouldn't view it like that. I would view it as I'd be good. Any team, any organization that would be willing to have me that gives me a favorable deal. I'm sure that the Cleveland Guardians probably came up with some sweetheart deal. So if any of my favorite teams growing up cut me a sweetheart deal, I'd be all in too. Any of them. I grew up rooting for the Islanders, the Yankees, the Jets, and the Knicks. So if any of them want to include me in any of their deals, then that's fine by me. Believe me, I got no issues with that. I'm good with it.
Will you pop up at the NBA Finals at some point?
I'd like to. I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, that would be awesome. The tickets are crazy expensive, and obviously hard to get. So if somebody's going to invite me as a guest, yeah, I absolutely will go. Otherwise, I may be on my couch watching just like you guys.
No doubt. Hey, real quick before we get you out of here, let's go out to Arizona. What type of money or years is Jacoby Brissett looking for right now? Because I saw, Shefty, that he's not participating. He's holding out with OTAs and all that stuff. Like, what exactly is he looking for?
Well, first of all, OTAs are voluntary, so you're not holding out. You're just not there. Holding out is when you have a contract and it's a mandatory activity and you're not there. But they gave Gardner Minshew a new deal, and I think Minshew is scheduled to make more than Jacoby Brissett. So I don't know that Jacoby Brissett is looking to come up with one of these quarterback deals for $40, $50 million a year at all. But I think he's looking for an adjustment that would put his salary more in the line of what is reasonable for starting quarterback at the NFL level. whatever that is. I'd have to see what Gardner's making, what he's scheduled. I don't even know the exact numbers, but I think he's just looking for some kind of raise like that levels the playing field a little bit.
All right, I'm going to ask it just because it's been out there, and I just want to get your feeling on it either way. When Myles Garrett signed his contract and he signed that deal, it had like a March trigger date, I believe, for like $30 million option bonus. And they both agreed to move that date 6 months out to September 1st. And then everybody thought, all right, well, that makes Garrett tradable this summer. And listen, he already had a $41 million, in signing bonus money on his contract that would become dead cap should he be traded and all that. And then he hadn't met face-to-face with Todd Monken yet and all that. Like, what is your mindset on whether somebody will start sniffing around for Myles Garrett and whether he'd even be available?
There may be teams that sniff around on him. I don't expect that to gain any traction. I don't expect the Cleveland Browns to move off him. I don't think they're looking to trade him. I think they have zero intent to deal him. So I understand why the question would be asked. I talked about it on my podcast this week at length, the oddity of Myles Garrett not being there in person for Todd Monken starting his head coaching career in Cleveland. I think that's strange, but I don't think that's going to result in a trade of any kind.
So so there, in your mind and in your knowledge, there's nothing even set up. They're simply not waiting for a June 1st for cap reasons.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's emphatic.
I understand why you'd ask.
Okay.
I don't think that's the case.
All right. We'll keep on it, my man. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks for this.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great week.
You as well. Adam Schefter on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. He didn't just sweep it away. I don't think. There were some no's in there, but there wasn't a, hey, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if they were preparing or at least letting it be known they were open, what team would pounce. Let's discuss that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are zero commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. If you've been in the market for a new home or just wanted to take advantage of lower rates, recent events have shown exactly why Miller Lending chose to offer a way around bad timing with our no closing cost program. With no fees rolled in or charged, including the cost of title insurance, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance free of charge as rates improve. Over the past several months, we spoke to numerous borrowers who had heard rates were coming down and chose to wait. We explained that if rates did fall, you could simply update a few documents and refinance again, but why take the chance? So when rates spiked a 0.5% recently, not only was I disappointed that we couldn't help those who waited, but also for those buying a home who just saw a sharp increase to their monthly payment. So while we can't control the market, we can offer an alternative. Eliminate timing and say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years. because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Fan is headed to the Memorial. Are you ready for 30 hours of live coverage? Oh, it's true, baby.
Sponsored by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. TheWaterworks.com.
The best Memorial coverage, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Anthony finally hit a hole-in-one.
It's in the hole.
So now what? Just bask in the glory?
And that's how she wrote.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
So I just look at this with a lot of interest because Myles Garrett turns 31. Double check this for me, Maddie. Is he 31 in late December of this year?
Myles Garrett, my friend, will be 31 on December 29th.
Okay.
Of 2026.
Would you guys agree that his value is as high as it would ever be? Maybe last year, I guess you could claim that it would be a little higher because he'd be a little younger.
I'd agree with that. He's won, 2 of the last 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's got the single season sack record, and he, to my eye, doesn't look like he's going to slow down, I think, in the next couple of years. So, yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like this is it. This is it.
The peak of his powers right here, right now.
The peak of his value.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably last year, just being 1 year younger.
Yeah.
But to me, this is it. I'm not saying you couldn't trade him after this year. You could. But are you getting multiple first rounders for him at 32? Like, it depends what kind of season he has. I'll admit that. Maybe you're right. Maybe he defies the age a little bit more than most.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think on paper it makes sense for them to consider this. Yeah. The only reason I'm considering, and Andrew Berry has steered us off the case many times, yet I hear Albert Breer say, this could just be the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear Adam Schefter go, yeah, I thought it was a little strange that he didn't show up for his new coach at OTAs, just to be there for a day, whatever it was.
Right.
And so it makes me think that here Garrett could still be moved. Now, you go back to some Andrew Berry quotes, and we'd sound foolish saying this.
If we wanted to trade Myles, we wouldn't have needed to make a contract adjustment. So it doesn't have anything to do with that. Here's another quote. Myles is a career Brown. He is one of the faces of our organization. I think we've been very clear, both past and present, in terms of our feelings. I understand all the questions. I'll be honest, I don't really want to waste a ton more breath on the topic, end quote.
All right, so the hypothetical to Andrew Berry is, if you got 3 first rounders, what do you do?
He's gone.
Yes.
he's gone.
He's gone.
I think
it'd be a no-brainer to do it.
I think for 2, he's gone.
So it's an intriguing storyline. And now, no Browns fan wants to trade their best player. I get that. It's emotional. But it might stockpile them and get them. You know me. I'm all about your
Rich
opening
Park,
news.
baby.
Drove right past it going up to the Cavs game. I saw that big sinkhole to my left. Like, there it is. That's it. Maybe I should go over there and kind of do a site survey. See how that soil, how that mud is settling. So why would he be available? Well, he publicly demanded a trade in the past, so we know he's not really into being a lifelong Brown. But then he turned around when he got paid, and he turned that monster season into another, like you said, defense player of the year. And so, but they were 5-12. So think about it from his standpoint. I'm not even thinking about it from the Browns standpoint anymore. Yeah, you got paid. You got a massive contract extension. But you're on another season that you won 5 games.
Yeah, and I think you get to a point, certain players do, right, where Miles, in his mind, I don't know if he would admit it publicly, but I'm sure he has a feel of, I'm probably going to the Hall of Fame. Like, that's in the back of your mind. I think when you start ripping off the individual accolades that he's ripping off, you've made all the money in the world you could possibly want. You're in ownership, part ownership with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, you got a lot of cool stuff going on in your future and already in your past. And I think after you have that stuff fade away a little bit, when you're thinking through all of this, it's, man, I want to be a part of winning. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be cool to be a part of something special when I'm still at the peak of my powers. Because I'm sure some guys, right, like, you can be attached to a good team on the back nine of your career. We've seen certain guys hop on a moving train, win a Super Bowl ring, but they weren't the player at that time that they were in their past. And I think when you're certain guys, you want to be the reason why. You want to be the dude that is a needle mover that helps a team win at the highest level. I'm sure right now, if he felt that way about the Browns, and maybe he does, this stuff wouldn't be popping up the way that it is. But there's something here. I think the situation's a little strange. I really do. Now, the out that he has is none of this stuff right now is mandatory as far as my requirement.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Is there a workout bonus that he's blowing off here?
That I don't know.
Because I had heard, because he has one of the highest workout bonuses. This is a voluntary portion of the off-season workouts.
Correct.
But he's got a $1 million workout bonus, supposedly, that's in jeopardy, from what I've heard.
For I don't know OTA specifically?
I don't know if it's exact this time. I think it is tied into that it's a voluntary portion of off-season workouts. We'll see. Now, that's not a hit to him, but it's a hit.
$1 million.
You would think to anybody.
It's a hit.
But
yeah, like that's bigger than any fine, obviously, that we see, right? And so, yeah, like I don't think he's going to want to just eat that. I wouldn't think.
But the question with Myles Garrett is when the Browns, and I guess this is a huge if, but I'll use the term when the Browns get good and win something, is it during Myles Garrett's current contract? If the answer is no, then he's got to go.
It's tricky. I mean, Joe Thomas never got to the playoffs. I mean, I grew up as a kid in Chicago. I mean, Dick Butkus never played. He was one of the greatest players ever. Never got. But that was, generations ago. I don't know how you could stockpile. Would they ever win? You might win. What does that mean? Get in the playoffs? Win a playoff game? What does that mean?
Sure. Well, just whatever would make it
postseason, probably.
Whatever you deem where it would be worth it to have Myles Garrett on your team instead of trading him for multiple first
making the
picks.
Playoffs, probably.
Okay, then when the Browns make the playoffs next, whenever that could be, it could be next year, it could be 80 years from now. Whenever the Browns make the playoff next, is Myles Garrett one of your best players on the team?
Yeah, the key to that is if the story is true that Deshaun Watson's arm looks even better than it did 2 years ago.
I saw some of the videos.
Out there.
You seen some of the videos? He was dotting things up out there. I'm telling you, man.
Can they protect him?
I had to tell myself, slow down. Slow down. But the arm
I'm putting this on the record. I am not buying this.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
The adjust of the by the way,
week one,
the adjust of the contract that Barry is selling is actually the reason why, I feel like he could be moved. It's that trigger date I mentioned to
This
Schefter.
comes down to, what is it, June 9th? So 2 weeks away. If he isn't there, then we know what's up.
Why would Myles Garrett agree to move his trigger date for $30 million from March to September? Why would he do that? Players don't agree to that. What did he get in return?
I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew.
Who does that? You get a piece of the sinkhole out there in Brook Park? Top of the hour, we have a sports update. And the Cavs do make one thing very clear about getting swept. Tell you that next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, explains why he banks with First Bank of Central Ohio.
Anytime you're dealing with a local bank, it's about being able to pick up the phone and talk to real people. That is a huge pro. When you get into these bigger banks, that doesn't happen.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Last year, I had back pain radiating down my right leg. The pain was so bad I was willing to cut my leg off to stop the pain. I could barely walk and had to stoop over when I did just to take pressure off the spine. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In my professional career, I've represented thousands of people who've had herniated discs and issues with their neck and back, but never fully appreciated what they were going through until it was my turn. It's like trying to describe colors to a blind person who's never had sight. All I can tell you is it hurt like hell, but worse. My daily walk was gone, and that bothered me a great deal. Then I thought of all of you and how much more devastating this type of injury could be for you. My life stopped. I now feel your pain. Just know at Morgan & Morgan, we got your back. I understand. Morgan means more.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Hey, folks, it's Austin Ward, and wouldn't this sound nice? Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Air conditioners break down in the summer heat.
When you need to replace your AC, the friend to call is me.
You gonna tell them about your amazing, astounding, ridiculously miraculous financing?
12 months, same as cash.
0% interest.
Get Eco.
ECO. Or you can pay it out over 180 months at 7.95 annual percentage rate. $0 down with approved credit.
If the furnace is still good and you just need to replace the AC?
It's only $85 a month. That's almost free.
And it's only $125 a month if you need a new furnace with your new AC.
Those prices assume you live in the typical American home.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
About 1,600 square feet.
Aaron, I saw how hard you worked to get these payment plans worked out for people.
Jerry, it's our job to get people what they need.
Get Eco.
ECO. We come through for you when you need us to.
Perfect plumbers, exciting electricians, and heavy-duty HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The Cleveland Guardians announced their latest off-field acquisition today with 3-time Super Bowl champ Travis Kelce purchasing minority stake in the club. Kelce on his new venture via his podcast, New Heights.
Any Cleveland kid would be through the roof right now, and I'm happy to be the honorable one. It's an awesome feeling knowing that a childhood kid that grew up on the east side is now, part owner of his favorite baseball team.
At 1:10, Guardians host the Nationals. Washington's P.J. Poulin faces Cleveland's Gavin Williams. At 7:10, Reds eye a sweep visiting the Mets. Cincy's Andrew Abbott duels with New York's Huascar Brazoban. Hear it on the Fan after the Buckeye Show. NHL playoffs, game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Hurricanes visit the Canadiens at 8, up 2-1. Former Ohio State goaltender Jakub Dobeš has stopped 85 of 91 shots in the series for Montreal. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The most wonderful people in the history of Western civilization. Rothman Ice, 97.1 The Fan. It doesn't get any better than this.
Bill sends his best. All right. I said to you guys before the break that the Cavs have made one thing clear on getting swept. You know what that is?
What's that?
It's not the coach's fault.
Did Kenny help the situation?
Really? Like, because that's what they told me today.
Yeah.
Or last night.
I mean, here's what I was surprised at, AR. How quickly this happened. That there wasn't even a few days of, let's let it breathe. Let's think about it. Do we want to call Jason Kidd's reps to see if he would be interested? This is our guy. Kenny ain't going anywhere.
Yeah,
the full Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. I ain't blanking leaving is what Kenny's telling us right now. I was surprised by the timing.
He's one of us.
Yes.
One of us.
Yes. How quickly they did this, AR, is what's surprising to me, honestly.
It is. They took an extra step. Like, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They flamed out, and he was a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's, and I wasn't trying to sell this to you guys, and I really wasn't expecting anybody to truly buy it. But I like to look at things a little more broad view, like that the Knicks had something to do with it. I know people don't want to believe it. They quit. They stink. Okay, they do. Harden sucks. Fine, you can believe all that. The Knicks had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
They did, and the Knicks are a really good basketball team, and they're very balanced. It doesn't explain his coaching blunders in that series. And what made it worse, and I do think, and I said this yesterday, he's a good dude. Like, I think he's trying to be honest and transparent. And I think when he said, analytically, we've won 2 of the first 3 or whatever, it's not really what he meant. What he meant to say was that while we've lost these games, there have been parts of these games that I think we've been very good, and certain areas we're not good enough. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear how you're the moral victory part of it. And that's where he lost fans, is that because it's very easy to come to a presser and just fall on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
We were a bad basketball team tonight. Guys have to look in the mirror. I have to look in the mirror. This is not good enough. Yeah. It's not acceptable. The effort, the execution, all of it, me included. It's so easy to say that. And guess what happens when you do? You get points. You get some kind of public points that you care as much as the fans do. But when you're trying to talk your way around losses that are bad and embarrassing, it hurts you.
And also, when within the same series, you're taking to podiums and pretty much telling us, hey, I forgot the rules when it comes to timeouts. Like that's
I like to hold on to them. You can't. They're going to rip them from your cold, dead hands.
Remember
at 3 minutes.
Exactly. Like literally, you have to use a couple of these timeouts. Remember when Mark DeRosa was coaching up Team USA for the World Baseball Classic?
Absolutely.
And I can't remember what round it was or who they were going up against, but he had pretty much forgotten the rules and thought that they had already advanced to the next round. And when you make those type of decisions as a manager or head coach or whatever it is, that's the ultimate level of embarrassment and malpractice to me.
It was against Italy in the quarters.
Thank you. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You want to come out after a certain
You
series
misread
and say,
the calculations.
You want to come out after a game and say, analytically, I like where we're at. To your point, hey, we're doing this in 3-point shooting or at the free throw line, and I think if we clean this up, we'll come out on the other side, yada, 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 whatever. Yeah. It's the timeout stuff for me that I still can't get over.
All right, I will admit, if you were comparing the two, though, DeRosa's is worse. DeRosa can't say, we already advanced. We're fine. Like, at least he didn't say that.
I'm not going to play my star guys. I'm going to go to the B team.
I think he said our ticket's punched.
We're already in.
He actually may have said print the shirts.
And by the way, that's bad on everybody. That's bad on everybody. We're saying, hey, D-Row, like, no, we're not in.
Punched our ticket.
You may want to play Aaron Judge today. That guy that's really good, you may want to play him.
And then, by the way, they lost.
And then, because they needed help.
Everything was in jeopardy after that.
They needed help after that to go to the semifinals.
In jeopardy.
So for Kenny Atkinson, for the most part this year, I think he's been out of the way. What's bad for him is a little bit of the C.J. Stroud effect going on.
Yeah.
The last thing that we remember about that coach was really embarrassing. And it felt like, outside of the stuff that we mentioned, is that he also got out-coached to a certain degree by Mike Brown and some of the things that he did or did not do. And so this is what they have right now as far as who's going to be leading the charge. I'm very curious what the roster is going to look like, because when you got Brian Windhorst coming out on ESPN yesterday saying, quote, I expect them to make some significant changes to the roster, we know that's not going to be Kenny Atkinson, so what is Wendy talking about? And so I'm looking directly at Evan Mobley, because he, I think, is the one asset that they have that can really change the outlook significantly the way Wendy is suggesting at the moment. And so if you're a Cavs fan, I think you kind of have to get on board with Kenny Atkinson right now. You may not love it at the moment, but he is your guy, and you just have to hope that, the Kobe Altman and crew up there are going to find a way to change up what the core of this team is, because we know at this point, Bickerstaff, Atkinson or not, this is the core that has to figure out something new, because right now it's just not working.
They did a lot of good things.
It worked. Let me retract that. It worked.
Well, they
just fell flat in an embarrassing way.
They got rid of a coach and hired a coach who then beat that coach.
Correct.
It actually worked.
It worked.
It really did work.
But they are in the window right now to where you have to make critical decisions about how you can advance. And I think that's why this is going to be an interesting summer for them.
Gilbert gave them the ultimatum. I mean, they had to get to the ECF or they were.
Which is fair.
Yeah. And they did. So now we're judging them. So now we're going to move the goalpost because of the way they lost. And I think that's fair. I think that's real.
And I think, AR, it's the same team that's done this to you. And you look at where the Knicks are, and there isn't this feel of these are guys in their late 30s, just guys coming together for one last lap around the track. This is a core of players on New York side of things that's in your way and probably feels like it's going to continue to be in your way at least for the next few years.
Well, they built their team exactly the way the Celtics did. Bunch of wings, stretch five and cat, and then they started playing defense. And they started turning that defense into points. They killed the Cavs that way. And the Cavs dribbled all over themselves, and it cost them points. Listen, Mobley's a good piece. He can shoot. He can take you off the dribble, but he's just not a force inside. He's just
physically, he's not built for that right now.
He's not
at his age.
Yeah.
Like he came in as a skinnier guy.
Yeah.
He bulked up to pretty good level. But I agree with you that he's got more room to grow physically. And I guess the question is, do you want to wait on that? Because we've seen it over the last few years. Him evolving as a really, really good player right before our eyes, defensive player of the year, all of that stuff. But they right now, Donovan Mitchell at his age, Harden at his age, because I think those two guys will be back next year. I think you need to find something else as far as a known commodity that can do more, I think, on both ends than maybe what Evan's providing consistently right now.
I mean, Harden was supposed to take some pressure off Mitchell. Like, that way he didn't have to attack everything from the point. Like, it gave him a little more room in a rotation to attack. You asked the question about why they did it so quickly, and I was thinking about that while we were talking. And the only answer I can come up with is probably the answer that means the most. The players like him. He must have gotten a lot of support in that room. I'm just thinking in those terms because this is the most expensive team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Their voice it matters. You can't just completely bulldoze it. They're expensive. And they traded a 26-year-old for a 36-year-old to help their star. They had enough pieces. They got to 4 wins away from being 4 wins away. It's not a failure of a season.
No,
the ending's a failure. And okay, if they get beat 4-1, does it matter? Maybe the way they lost. Like, this is a competitive. Like, if they got swept, but lost every game in single digits.
Like we talk about good losses in college football.
Well, then at least you wouldn't feel like, feel like we could attack it your way, which is from a basketball standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm attacking it now as more like a culture standpoint. Is everything okay? Like, because everyone, I was wrong. They got cooked. I thought they would compartmentalize it. I thought Saturday night, like when they start playing in the air tonight and that roof's coming off, I'm like, no team's staying with them tonight. And they don't. That's why I went to coaching, because they don't value possessions. They don't. I see it. There's too many turnovers, too many careless stuff. That's coaching.
The only reason why I was surprised, another reason why I was surprised by the timing is if you get in the Jason Kidd business, that may bring Giannis to the table. Because they were together in Milwaukee, and Giannis has spoken very highly of Jason Kidd. And so that's not going to be the case, but that's another reason why I would have at least waited to see if he would be interested, because then I think Giannis would say, oh, Cleveland looks pretty appealing over there because they got a coach
Giannis or
I
LeBron?
like. If I had to pick one?
Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because then you're getting 3-4 years of, I think, some really good play after that. LeBron's still good, but Giannis is
It'd be a
younger.
good poll to put out for Cavs fan.
Yeah, because then you're pulling out the emotional.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
TLC, ins and outs next. He's got it prepared, folks. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Who y'all look at as like, that's the best basketball player of all time? I'm a Giannis guy.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's Cinco de Monzo at Hothead Burritos, and the Hothead Scratch and Win is back. Every single card's a winner with tons of free stuff, including free burritos for a year and even a grand prize Caribbean trip. Get scratching at Hothead Burritos.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Did your HVAC struggle through this rough winter? When it comes to your home comfort, trust the local experts at Columbus Worthington Air. Right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with our trade-in allowance program. At CWA, we treat your home like it's our own, with safe, reliable service backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit CWAOhio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. In one night, 4 decades of music. Take a journey through time with conductor Stuart Chaffetz and vocalist Jonah Bobo, backed by a live band as the Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. Saturday, June 27th at Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
Common Man and Timmy are inviting select jabronis to the station for pizza. Hey, that could be you. Email goodcleanboy@gmail.com and tell us why you should be chosen.
Presented by Billiards Plus and sponsored by Paisano Peppers.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers and storms on and off throughout the day today, otherwise cloudy skies with highs in the mid to upper 70s. For tonight will become partly cloudy overnight with lows down into the 50s and a lot more sunshine in the forecast on Thursday as temperatures get in the mid to upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
All right. Jose Feliciano, no complaints there. A little bit of the old in and out. What you got?
All right, Rothman, this is just for you. Are you in or out on Mary Jane's Last Dance being the best Tom Petty song?
No. Now there's certain ones that I like parts of them better than others. Don't Do Me Like That is one of my favorites. Free Fallin' is certainly in my top 5. I'd have to think about this for a second.
Let me ask you this, TLC.
Yes.
Why was that question just for AO? I don't have Tom Petty in my bag. I don't give that I listen to Tom Petty.
You know what?
It's an age thing, probably.
Is that what it is?
My mistake.
Yeah.
Matty Ice, are you in or out on Mary Jane's Last Dance being the best Tom Petty song?
You were correcting, asking him.
That's right.
Asking him. I was just curious.
It's all stereotypical until you're correct.
I was just curious why he was asking.
I'm going to go with...
Well, there was an ad that played promoting some sort of Tom Petty cover band something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was down at the Commons. Picnic with the Pops. They just aired.
Oh.
Yeah, it just aired.
AR was front row.
No. I was front row to the commercial.
There's still time for him to be
I
front
think
row.
The Waiting is my favorite song. Favorite Tom Petty all time.
I came up with that 2 seconds
The
ago.
Waiting.
That would be it. And now to the questions that I actually prepared.
All right.
Ice, this is just for you.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
What's your favorite Young Thug song?
Oh, no.
What other things in your bathroom do you have covered up just in case something lands on them?
Yeah, what's your favorite NBA young boy song?
I'm glad you guys brought that up because...
And I wouldn't ask Rothman that, just to be clear.
Fair. Okay. I saw two people...
Like you could have asked me, hey, I was at the Cavs game on Saturday night. Fetty Wap did the halftime show.
Yeah.
AR, what's your favorite Fetty Wap song?
Fetty Wap with one eye.
Yeah, and now he's not covering the bad eye anymore.
And I don't remember the story as to why.
I don't know if
think he ever was.
Oh.
I don't think he was
I don't think
going.
he was ever going eye patch.
No, not eye patch, but he's almost like singling it out now.
Yeah, I don't think he ever
Like-
went Slick Rick with the eye patch.
Like he's covering the good eye.
Hey, it's a tone setter, that other eye. I don't know. I forget the story.
But then he
I heard
can't
it before.
see.
No, like on his album cover or whatever, like when they showed him up on the Yumungatron, like he was covering the good eye, like and drawing all of our attention.
Is he blind in that other eye?
Yeah, he used to wear a glass
can't remember
eye.
what happened.
What had happened was
what happened was.
I looked this up and I just got to like the federal drug charges and I didn't get past the eye stuff.
Okay, feds were watching. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. No, but there were.
Let me see.
While you're looking that up, there were a couple people doing a tour this morning, and they stopped me. One of them said that she went home yesterday and told her husband, "You're putting a cap on your toothbrush." And then there was another guy that said he didn't do it before, but now does it. So that's all I wanted, was some people to hear what I was saying yesterday and just know that I'm looking out for you.
That's right.
I'm looking out for you. Put a cap on your toothbrush.
Well, he's been dealing with this forever. It was congenital glaucoma as an infant.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, if you were signing up for a sports trivia game and you had to pick somebody from either 10 TV or The Fan as your phone a friend, are you in or out on Tyler Danberg being your phone a friend?
Ooh. Tyler Danberg, young in age, but I think he would qualify as an old-ish soul with some of the things that I've heard him talk about around the offense. Some of his knowledge about things that have happened in the 80s and the 90s. I would feel good about hitting TD up. And I'm glad you brought him up, Cole, because I asked him yesterday about the coffee thing. Because you mentioned he drinks 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day. He did say that's just straight taste for him. Like the caffeine at that point does nothing for him. That's kind of what I figured, but that's what it is for him.
I hope he's also drinking water with it.
But yes, I will. I'd like to have him as a phone a friend.
Diluting his coffee. Tyler,
bunch of
listen,
ice cubes,
we love your energy. We love. A real go-getter.
Here comes the but. However,
no, I said, but we got to limit your
somebody else.
No. Okay. I was answering I said we just have to limit your cups of coffee. That's where I was going.
Okay.
No.
But are you taking him?
You mean he's the sole guy?
He's the guy.
You. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You tell them in advance who your phone a friend's going to be.
Does it have to be? Does it have to be a present person, or can it be someone from the past fan alum?
Present.
If you give somebody from the past, then you also have to take a fan. You have to give two different answers.
I like that.
One of your answers has to be somebody
I'm not as glued in with TD. I agree with you that he would be good. I just don't know if he's old enough that if we got into some trivia that was from the 80s or 90s, whether that would be...
Because I think TD...
But you wouldn't need help with that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's in your bag.
Oh, I thought, well, no, I would need help. You said it's a phone a friend.
Yeah.
We're going on the hypothetical that I don't know the answer.
I know.
So I'm phoning a friend. So I am out of the mix.
I know, but I'm saying that you wouldn't need help on the 80s and 90s.
Well, but that's true. All right. So hypothetically, this is a trivia question that I don't know the answer to, and I have to pick up the phone and call somebody from the fan.
Yep. So who would have been your alum answer?
Shark.
Oh, that's good.
Phenomenal.
Shark and I going toe-to-toe with that all the time. So he would be the alum.
That's a good one.
But you're telling me you've had experience with TD and thinking that every now and then he throws out something like, how did you know that?
Yes, around the office, I've heard him engaging in conversations about music and movies, and I'm like, TD, you just turned 21 yesterday.
I'm not going to take him. I'm not taking him.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that man right there.
Oh.
Wow. Play your own theme music.
I will play my own theme. I didn't even have that ready.
I am.
He does do trivia night a lot.
And he's also constantly looking up stuff.
I'm a finder of things.
As my brother said, he's a finder of things.
Yeah.
Put TLC on it. He can find things.
He does like the doom
like you,
scroll.
with the
That's
8
his
ball,
thing.
him with
All
the
right,
trivia.
all right. Easy.
Here we go. So I'm taking
You with the 8 ball is crazy. It's crazy.
I was a magic 8 ball.
So we both go with guys in their 20s.
Well, someone needs to put Tyler and I up against each other at
Now
some
we
point.
got dueling. Well, you know what we need to do? You know what we're going to do?
Bring him in for a 5-question.
We're going to have TD
playoff
versus TLC
in a 5-question playoff.
Correct.
This will be the most important thing that ever happens
Do
in my
they
career.
get to pick? Do they get to pick their own topics?
No, we do.
No.
We do. We're going to cook this up, AR. You and I.
I hope this is not one of those ideas that falls through, because this will be one of my favorite things that ever takes place.
Well, it wasn't
That's
a
only
bet. It
paying
wasn't a
all
bet,
bets.
so wait, it won't fall through.
We pay off on everything else around here
awful.
but bets. But yes, they are one corner TLC, repping Rothman, and the other corner TD, repping the
I'm just
Iceman.
coaching him up, rubbing the shoulders. In this corner,
I'm going to have Reimer come in and run the board, because for this
Goodness,
segment, I want to be in the studio. I want to feel important.
And plus, Reimer, if he mentions like, "Hey, he was an athlete of any sort," that'll get you going. Like that'll get you locked in and get him fired up.
You coach up your guy. Yeah. Now we'll have to put something on this.
Okay. For those two.
No. For us, we're the coach.
You can have different categories, like you can do.
They could have a side bet if they want.
Okay.
I feel like Tyler Danberg is not a wagerer.
Well, make it like something easy, something he likes.
Coffee.
Like bring in some coffee grounds.
Starbucks gift card or something. I don't know.
Give him some beans to grind.
Yeah.
God, so we didn't take anybody that was.
This really grinds my beans.
You didn't take anybody over the age of 27.
Yeah.
It's all right.
No, hey.
We stayed with what we know.
We could have a tryout.
Because now I'm kind of thinking, like, why isn't AR my answer?
No, it was out of this studio. I think that we were taking people.
Well, you picked him.
I
Yeah,
think,
but he's not in our studio.
Oh, my God.
He's swimming in his own aquarium over there.
Well,
it's like a zoo animal.
But take offense to this. Ice didn't even consider that until just now. So his original answer of yes, I'll take Tyler Danberg.
You know what you did?
All things
You
considered.
pulled a Cavs. You didn't even think about any other candidates. Yes, I got my guy, Kenny Atkinson. Okay.
I am honored, Rothman. I would not let you down.
Well,
famous
well,
last
easy
words.
on those last words
easy.
right there.
Well, unless it's against Tyler Danberg, in which case I may have to take second place. But we'll find out live on the air.
Heart monitors that look like sports bras that all your players wear.
We're not. That will not be part of the trivia. All right, we're going to come back. And speaking of the tops in the land, coaches, college football. Somebody's ranked them. We'll tell you if they're right. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Iceman here. Got a big family and need a big ride? Then get ready to roll in the all-new 26 Chevrolet Suburban from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. This May, McDaniel GM Superstore is offering huge savings on the Suburban. We're talking up to $8,000 off. Save thousands on the SUV built for everything life throws your way. For well-qualified buyers, offer expires June 1st, 2026. See dealer for details. McDaniel GM Superstore is just a short drive up Route 23 off 95 in Marion, or you can check them out at McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Join T-Bone and Tyvis mornings on the Fan for football, food, and fun, featuring T-Bone.
Now, when you were talking about the football stuff, I was listening, but when you said Waffle House, I leaned forward in my chair.
And national champ Tyvis Powell.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
Where they solve all the world's complex problems.
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Football, food, and fun with T-Bone and Tyvis. Weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on The Fan.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
No one funks up the work microwave like these two. Fish again? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
So when little Nicky Saban exited stage left and Urban did too, it did shift things, right? Kind of, because certain guys are on like the Mount Rushmore and they just stay there. And they're always good and they're always going to win. And, you know, the other thing is eye of the beholder as well. I think when you rank coaches, you have to balance what they've accomplished with just what they bring to the table every year. And it's different now, right? It's different because we used to add recruiting to it. And I think recruiting, don't you remember that? Like, you'd always, really good head coaches, Matty, would, oh, yeah, guy's a great recruiter. Like, Urban was always known as that.
It's a massive deal.
Some were better than others. And now, and I'm not taking that away from them. They still have that in their bag.
Yeah.
But it's not the same bag. It just isn't. It can't be. It's these players that, I'm not saying this happens to all of them, but some of them, their tiebreaker is not who the head coach is. It probably used to be a big one.
I think sometimes, too, it may matter to certain guys that who your position coach is rather than your head coach. Like, because some of these head coaches can be CEO-ish, right? Where they're bouncing around. They're doing so many different things. They got all these different obligations that they want to focus on every aspect of the team, as much of the team as they can. And then there's certain guys that may look at, hey, I love that position coach. Like being in the meeting room with him every day, being out there on the field with him every day, the way that he's developed talent, I'll go play for him, maybe more so than me playing for the coach. And so I think, to your point, there's going to be reasons that are different for everybody in every family. But I still think that
for every what?
Family.
All right.
I think Coach O may have called him out for that. Now that we got Coach O back in the mix, I thought I saw something out there. I have to look that up. But speaking of recruiting, that's what
I might have that audio, actually.
Where Coach O, I think he was asked about Brian Kelly's whole family thing.
Ed Orgeron knew it was over before it started.
I assume the people just love you. You feel the love when you come.
It's even more.
Yeah.
Even more since the last debacle.
Yeah, it's true. What were your honest thoughts when he went out onto that basketball court the very first time?
It's over. You ain't got a chance. You ain't got a chance.
You're
man.
right.
And you know, and not only the fans see it, the players see that.
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah, what was that?
You know, one of the things, and you guys know this, man. The players got to trust you. You got to be who you are. If you try to be somebody you ain't, they're gonna smell it right away.
Yeah.
I'm here with my family.
So he's saying he was dead on arrival right there in that moment.
I'd love to give him, and I have, like a hair of a chance here that he was just caught up in the whole introduction and he hears people talk that way and it's kind of when in Rome and he was just trying to ingratiate himself a little bit. But yeah, it was.
Just be you, man.
Yeah, you can't be East Coast and drop that.
Yeah, correct.
It's a great night to be a Tiger.
Now, we didn't say Tiger.
So ridiculous.
If he would have said, if it was like a TIH, like a Tiger, like if he would have said that, because that's what they do. They drop, don't they flatten all their vowels? Like Tom.
I believe
like,
so.
We got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel?
Turn on the mics and let me go.
We got a lot. Anthony. You just going to crack the mics and let me go? We got enough time.
Semicolon.
All right. So this ranking has to be, I'm almost more into doing like the most overrated coaches versus like, because
you want an overrated chant going? You want me to start an over? Who jumps to your mind when you
Lincoln
just
Riley.
Said that?
Ooh.
I actually think
$12 million?
I think he's coming back.
He is. He's trying to earn it back.
Side. Now, I think he's got a little momentum going here. I think
it's an expensive hire.
No question. The first couple of years, it was bad. I think that's totally fair. for me, I think I'm back to looking at him through a clearer lens. So I don't know him over here on my
That's
side.
fine, but he's been there, 3-4 years now, and they haven't made the playoff? That's a guy who's begging for expansion. Begging.
Did you hear what Mike Elko said about that?
What does he have to say?
Mike Elko's down there at the SEC meetings or whatever's happening, like, yeah, let's go to 40. Why not? That means my job's safe. More security for me. I was like, what? Like, it was just crazy to hear a head coach say that.
They bought Jimbo Fisher out for that crazy amount. And then they brought him in for what? He's making $7-8 million. Of course. That's why I said to you 2 weeks ago, these coaches secretly are rooting for this.
All day.
Why wouldn't they to be part of something?
Correct. Like if you're one of those teams that's been on the outside looking in or you haven't consistently made it, this is the dream for you.
And not only that, Maddie, sports in general, just get in.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying get in and lose. You might get in and actually win. Like, you don't know. Like, we were talking about the Vegas Golden Knights, and yes, they're a very good team. They have a lot of experience. They're a very talented team. And now they're getting top-notch goaltending, and they've got, Stanley Cup champion coaching, and it's all there. Mm-hmm. But that team won less than 40 games. But guess what? They got in. And now they're playing for it all. And that's what it proves to me. But
here's the quote from Mike Elko.
All right.
I don't know why you ask us. It doesn't matter what we think. I don't know why we're trying to become a trophy sport. What does Mike Elko want? 40. Then I won't get fired.
All right, so it's a little bit of
tongue in cheek.
Yeah, a little bit
of that.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of coaches around the sport, that's their truth.
I could have put James Franklin at the top. I could have.
Yeah.
Like, he could be number one on the most overrated coaching list.
No doubt.
Even more than Lincoln, just because he's had so many opportunities. And some of those games have been close. And I'm here to tell you, if he beats Ohio State in one of those, maybe he still has the job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if IGB doesn't pick off that ball in the end zone for half, like
I don't even think I agree with
Penn
you,
State
Eric,
wins that game.
I don't even know if it was solely rooted in the lack of playoff runs for him. More so than I think it was the type of losses that you're talking about. Just continued to stack up.
Big game losses.
Yes. Anytime Penn State was going up against a top 10 team, top 5 team, we all talked about his record and how bad that is against said opponents. And when you continue to run into that brick wall the way that they did, and then some of the embarrassing losses that happened this year, was it the Northwestern game?
Yeah, well, they were coming back from UCLA.
And
they didn't fire him after UCLA. He played Oregon to double overtime and then went to UCLA and laid that egg and lost. But then it was the Northwestern game.
Because we were all like, well, let's see what he's got. Let's see what his team's got. Will his team respond to him? And you want to talk about it. We talked about the Cavs. It seemed like they quit. That team, to me, seemed like they quit on their coach.
I thought
James Franklin
he'd get to the Ohio State game.
Ooh.
And the fact that he didn't. Brian Kelly, the guy you're playing, he's on the overrated list, right? At this point now, his legacy's taken a hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a long
free agent,
run.
but we're including him.
He had a long run with you guys.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's hard to put him at... He's on the overrated list now. Kalen DeBoer is...
Exactly.
Close to getting on an overrated list.
Oh, man, but that's based on perception. I would say the perception's so low, he's almost underrated.
At $10, $11 million?
Well,
with Alabama?
All year long.
I don't care if you're following Saban or not.
All year long, we heard that, Alabama fans are not going to put up with this record from Kalen. And then he made the playoffs.
And got it. His doors blown off.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon also got their doors blown off by Indiana.
I think
I'm not saying he's way up there. I'm just saying I'll give him time. And what he did at Washington,
that's why
there's
you
a lot.
can
That's why
lean
you
that
can't
way.
put him on it completely. But anybody that's making double-digit millions,
I think that's why you can put DeBoer on there, is because of what he built at Washington. Because coming in,
put him on the overrated list.
Yes, I think that's fair to do that because of
I'm saying
if you
what
can
he
do that at
pulled off.
Washington.
Well, that's why I'm giving him some staying power.
It was like a weekly talking point last year, though. Like, Alabama's not going to put up with this losing from Kalen DeBoer. He's just going to flee to Michigan. Like, Kalen DeBoer to Michigan was a talking point, not because that Alabama wasn't good enough for Kalen DeBoer. People thought that he was just going to walk away because the pressure's too big down there. That he's going to go scurrying off to another job. Guess what? He's still there.
You know, we've got like 8 lists going now. One like like the best and the most overrated. The other list might be like who has the most to prove. And part of my mind in the proving list is Sark. Like he may be right up there and all right, you're loaded now. Like this is your chance. You tumbled out of it last year. You're not. No one's really crushing you for that. You know what? But when they tumbled out of the AP Top 25, we accepted the growing pains with Arch Manning. We accepted the, hey, maybe he was hyped too much. But now this year, I don't think he has a real out on that.
How do you feel if I add Brent Venables to that at Oklahoma?
Yep.
Are we at that? Are we at a point now with him where it's
all
just
right?
like,
That's a whole new list. That's the hot seat list. Mm-hmm. I think he might be number one on hot seat list.
I thought he did himself a favor making the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I think it's
and they were top 10.
Where's Heupel?
I don't know.
We got a million categories.
I've not even thought about him.
In the playoff a couple years ago. I think he's in the most approved for me.
Tennessee was not in the playoffs, were they?
No.
Yeah. Probably got to take Venables off that since what he did last.
Oh wait, no, you're right. They played here
2 years ago.
What am I talking about?
2 years ago. Last year they were. I just think like the Hendon Hooker, that wave of momentum going into the playoff, and then with Nico and that team, and then now, like I think it's fair to put Heupel on there. Most approved this year.
A lot of lists. It's list season.
No doubt for the next couple months.
We come back with the Buckeye Bulletin. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Your plate is full every morning thanks to the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. Freshly brewed coffee, a hearty breakfast sandwich with a freshly cracked egg, and a daily baked donut. All of that for just $6. Yeah, that is a full plate for sure, but it's one less thing on your plate to worry about. So enjoy it to its fullest. The $6 Tim's Trio, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons, at participating U.S. restaurants.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up, or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Dr. Marta Lavelle of Urbana and Darby Dental Smiles on having First Bank of Central Ohio as a partner.
It has been great working with First Bank of Central Ohio. They helped me achieve a huge goal, becoming a business owner. The bank made it so easy. They helped me through the whole process. It's been great ever since.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Bo Bishop and Dom Taberry. Dom remembers when Bo was a young whippersnapper, and Bo remembers when Dom wasn't part ape.
And then Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Tuesdays with Taberry.
Sponsored by Green & Sons.
Tuesdays at 10:30 on The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Save up to 50% on new windows from windownation.com.
Well, we never really did get to Maddie's list on top coaches. This is Maddie. Who did this poll?
So these are the writers, the football writers over at CBS put together their 2026 college football top 25 coaching rankings for the Power Four. Coming in at number 1 is Mr. Cignetti. Kirk Cignetti right now, the crown on his head after what he did, winning the Natty. I think it's a combination, too, of what happened a couple years ago now as well. But this year, them going 16-0, all that stuff, I think it's kind of hard to push back on that at the moment.
I don't even think that after his first year, he would have been on the list.
Last year, I'm glad you mentioned that because he was AR 21st on last year's list.
Right, so he wasn't
barely inside the top 25.
inside because they didn't play a tough schedule.
Yeah.
They came to Ohio State and lost. Mm-hmm. Then they got thrashed by Notre Dame. Sean McDonough will tell you all about it.
I love that you still got smoke with Sean McDonough.
I do, and I really like him as an announcer. I like him on the hockey. I do. It's a tough one for me.
For the folks that don't know why, you may have a little smoke for Sean McDonough.
I don't know why he.
Let him know why.
There was something personal. It felt like after the first playoff when Indiana got in, it was okay for him to bring up, did they really deserve to be in? Because Notre Dame did beat them fairly badly. And it looked like Cignetti then was playing to just not get blown out. But it was at the end of a historic run for a doormat program that they had been revitalized for one season, and nobody had a clue that they would follow it up with this. Mm-hmm. And he felt the need, even at the end of the national broadcast, oh, and by the way, guess who's the losingest program in the history of football? And it was like,
he was just trying to paint the
touting
picture.
their record, and it was like, that's a little odd for a play-by-play guy to he just kept trying to pour gas on that fire, and I never really understood it. And part of me felt like, since he was a Syracuse guy, maybe he still had a bug up as you know what for Indiana basketball in '87 when they beat Syracuse in the final. I started trying to connect some weird dots.
Known for how good their media schools are. Maybe some of that going on underneath.
It just
Syracuse
felt very unnecessary, and I wasn't the only one that felt it or that tweeted. People tweeted about it. And so that's it. And now, just to give a little history lesson.
And I'm sure his take has changed now after what's happened.
I think I don't know if he
25.
Apologized or he did bring it up again at some point, kind of softened the stance.
So they've got Kurt at number 1. Coming in at number 2 is Kirby Smart. Rounding out the rest of the top 5 is Ryan Day at 3, the former Buckeye, and Marcus Freeman at 4. And then Dan Lanning rounds out the top 5.
There's an interesting name that's not there.
Who is that for you, sir?
Dabo.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I'm just saying interesting. I think
that's expired, hasn't it?
I think, yeah. I think
the guy's won more bowl games in the history of ACC. It's not like he's done nothing.
Spoiled milk a little bit right now for him.
But Albert Pujols hit 700 home runs. I don't want him taking an at bat for my team right now.
So you're rewarding him.
You think he can't coach anymore? You think he's forgotten how to coach?
I'm saying I don't
just
want
had
him
great players.
I'm just saying it happened a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And even Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart does have the back-to-back in this decade, but he's still gone 3 straight years without winning a playoff game. So I think that time's ticking on him a little bit as far as being number 2.
I would have flipped Day and Kirby.
I wouldn't have hated that.
I would have flipped those two. Having Dabo where he is, and on this list they have him 11, I have no issue with that at all.
So in the playoff 2 years ago, lost.
You created a category in our last segment. He's number 1 for me with most improved, actually. Now.
Reprove.
Yeah.
Reinvent himself.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
Over Venables, over Lincoln Riley for me this year. Most improved is Dabo Swinney.
Yeah.
Because last year was supposed to be the squad, right? Like, you had Kay Klubnik, you had all these guys. Peter Woods was a guy that got drafted pretty high, and some other guys that were really talented. And the team and teams over the last few years have just been for Clemson. And so he still gets respect, but
Where's Freeman?
He's at 4. A little rich for you?
I mean, he's on the prove it list. He's done really good things there. He really has.
For sure.
And it feels like until he gets them all the way there.
Coached in a natty just 2 years ago.
High floor, bumps his head on the ceiling when he plays somebody big. Lost 2 big games to start the year, couldn't rescue it. Although people did say that if you had an expanded play, if that team got in, then
dangerous.
They would have been very dangerous.
Yeah, they would have been dangerous. Yep. I wouldn't have had an issue if somebody put Cristobal in there for me personally. Like, I like where he's going right now. Like, I think Lanning and Freeman have proven a little bit more over the last 2 to 3 years, but they just played in a natty. The continued success year in and year out as far as wins continues to rack up for him.
Hats off to our guys for being some tough-ass sons of bitches.
Wow. When did he say that? Do you remember when he said that?
Somewhere in the playoff run.
Play it again.
Hats off to our guys for being some tough-ass sons of bitches.
Well, we got away with it once, Matty.
It's just, that was direct to the point right there. But I think
that wasn't an FCC violation like this.
Yeah, it was very.
We don't just beat top 25 teams. We beat the out of them.
That was an FCC violation.
Yeah, I like Cristobal.
I do too.
I think he's as much as that's a weird soundbite. He's been self-deprecating. He's worked on himself. Like, he's changed. Like, to make that run all the way to the title game.
I can't remember exactly why Oregon moved on from him. Like, I don't remember the exact reason, but he's kind of
Cristobal?
Yeah,
I think he left them.
He wanted to go
away.
Home.
Okay,
yeah,
because he played.
That was a great
Miami.
opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize for the language in my audio.
I want to apologize to the people for some of my language here. I'm glad we're on at 1 o'clock in the morning and all the children are in bed.
That's what that was.
Sends his best.
God rest his soul, man. God rest his soul.
Any other coaches you want to hear from? I got plenty.
I kind of want to.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
Nikki?
I felt so bad for her in that moment. I think that was Maria Taylor
probably.
Was still at ESPN, and Lil Nicky just had that fire in his eye, man. He was not here for any of it.
Hey, this guy is still a college coach.
I don't give a damn about the Browns. I do love me some Shedeur Sanders. Don't believe that.
Where is he on the prove it list?
Prove that you want to coach list. Go out on
Listen,
a
he's had a
recruiting
lot
trip,
of
why
health
don't you?
problems.
He
so
has
I want to
some
give him that. Yeah, let's give him
he's
that.
lost a toe and
Let's
all
give
that.
him
Like,
that.
It's for real with the health stuff.
He didn't recruit before that, though.
Has he met with Monken yet? He's throwing it out. Hey, I want to meet with Todd. Show him what Shedeur does well. What he doesn't do well. Like, if I'm Monken, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'll.
Monken's like, I got a defensive end to meet first.
But it also is Deion Sanders, so you don't tell Deion no.
So he's going to bat for his son based on, I could give you some tips on how to get the most out of my son.
Did he say that he wanted to approach him as a coach or as a dad? He specified, and I forget which one he said. I hope he said coach.
I want to say it was dad.
If he said coach, that's more justifiable. If he said dad, this is the pros.
I agree. If
the team Iran is going on here.
If I'm Shedeur, I'm like, all right, Pops, like, hey, like, you know, I got this now. I appreciate everything you did. I want to meet with Todd Monken to talk about Shedeur as a coach, not as a dad.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go.
But that's better.
It's still your dad stepping in to try to get you ahead. And I think
at the end of the day, I think that's right. That's how I would take it.
If I'm Shedeur, I don't want that. If I'm Todd Monken, I also don't want to deal with these things, but it's also like, this is one of the best players of all time. Like, So
I'd listen. I mean, I think you could treat it really real. Like, if he's got some special decoder in how to tap into his son.
To Deion's credit, this isn't just a dad that's been in the stands for years. He's literally been his coach for years and years now, so he knows.
All right, let me coach you up here in the spring going into summer. Summer's on the way. You want to go on road trips, see things. Start with my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin because you can drive smarter. They have great fuel-efficient vehicles. You know their names, Civic, Accord, the CR-V Hybrid. You will go further on every tank. You know that's a fact, and keep more money in your pocket. Here's the best part. At Germain Honda of Dublin, they have great lease and finance rates. They're available right now for qualified buyers. You can go visit them. They're just south of 270 on Sawmill Road. You can go to GermainHondaofDublin.com and start scouting your seasonal vehicle right now. So shop anytime, GermainHondaofDublin.com. We come back, top of the hour, and the quarterback future. Which teams are already thinking about next season? Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and wouldn't this sound nice? Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No. New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
I'm Tracy Townsend, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. This community is my home, and it means everything to me. I care deeply about the stories we bring you each day, especially the ones that truly impact your life, from women's health and advocacy to the decisions happening at the State House. My goal is simple: help you feel informed and connected, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting Who Day, the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit ProFootballHof.com and plan your visit today.
Here's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds. After a couple of quick stops on the team's schedule surrounding the Memorial Day weekend, 3 at home with the Cardinals and 3 in New York to take on the Mets, the club will be back at Great American Ballpark for 6 games beginning Friday, May 29th. We'll have our usual Friday night fireworks after the game against the Braves to begin the homestand. That Saturday, fans in attendance will receive a Spencer Steer Bobble card presented by Skyline Chili while supplies last. And on Sunday, Sunday, fans will be able to run the bases after the game. June 2nd will be our next Budweiser 321 Tuesday, with fans being able to purchase $3 select 12-ounce beers, $2 Bar S hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. It's also a family discount day thanks to Klosterman Bakery. Families can save by purchasing up to 3 half-price tickets with the purchase of a full-price ticket. That Wednesday, the Reds will wrap up the series with Kansas City and the homestand with a Senior Day, presented by Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield.
As the saying goes, trust is earned, never given. When it comes to your roof, who you trust truly matters. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a business. We're a local, family-owned company built on honesty, integrity, and hard work. From the very beginning, these core values have shaped the way we do business, ensuring a customer experience that's second to none. Our dedication to quality has earned us the trust of thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio. At Newman Roofing, excellence isn't just a word, it's our promise to you. From the moment we step foot on your doorstep to the final handshake, we strive to deliver an experience that keeps you calling back for more. Whether you need a roof repair or a full replacement, our team at Newman Roofing is here to protect what matters most. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. So give us a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. U.S. Senators Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell plan to introduce the Protect College Sports Act today, a bipartisan bill aiming to address issues in college sports. A Senate Republican aide told ESPN rules of the act include limiting athletes to transfer schools one time without penalty, limiting athlete eligibility to 5 years max, prohibiting former pro athletes from playing in college, and prohibiting schools from poaching a coach from another school during the season. The bill also proposes a salary cap. Baseball today, Guardians trail the Nationals 2-0 midway through the third. Tonight, the Reds visit the Mets at 7:10. Cincy's Andrew Abbott duels with New York's Huascar Brazoban. NFL, Packers running back Josh Jacobs was released from jail today after his arrest on several domestic violence charges. No charges have been filed at this time, but the Brown County District Attorney's Office said the investigation remains open and ongoing. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
All right, final hour, Rothman and Ice. Ian Fitzsimmons, 2:30, bottom of the hour. Talk some college ball and a lot more with him. Just to get the headline out, because we talked about this with Schefter about Josh Jacobs, the running back for Green Bay, how he was in jail, and he was charged with several crimes based on one incident of alleged domestic violence. And it just came out, his lawyers just put out a statement that said he's been released and no formal charges now have been filed. So I don't think, it's not over if they found evidence or new people came forward or something else happened, but they've issued a statement. So, and when we talked to Schefty, I was kind of pushing him on, well, maybe they could go get Alvin Kamara's kind of insurance policy. And he's like, well, I wouldn't wait.
Mm-hmm.
So he almost made it sound like things were going to go badly. Now maybe, I don't know, maybe the Packers were thinking about separating themselves from him, but they issued a statement just in the last hour.
He's been a guy that, since he arrived, has been very, very impactful for them on the field. They didn't draft a running back this year, so there wasn't any evidence of them, I think, knowing that this was coming, right? And going about it that way, I can't remember whether or not they brought in a free agent, but they did not draft a running back this year. And so, yeah, these type of things, especially for teams that are in their winning windows, are just obviously things that nobody wants to deal with, right? Like as a team, from a team perspective, because not only is it that, and like Schefty mentioned, if he does get popped, it's a minimum of 6 games. It's the division that you're in too, right? So it's just, everybody's just got to be locked in with their responsibilities off the field, on the field, when you are anybody, but specifically when you're teams that are in right now mode. And I think the Packers are that. And so if he were to miss any time due to a suspension, that could possibly have a major impact on their season.
He's great in the red zone. He's had injuries like all running backs do, but he's a horse in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like he's got a nose for touchdowns. And he's somebody that they would need. I mean, without him, they're an 8-win football. They may be an 8-9-win football team.
And also, too, Aaron, I agree with that because we don't know when Micah Parsons is going to be back. What does that look like when Micah does come back from that injury? But Josh Jacobs, the last two, since he became a Green Bay Packer, year 1, 15 touchdowns, last year, 13. So that absolutely aligns with what you're talking about, where you're talking about a big body running back, 220 plus. He gets down there, he's rolling, and he's getting into the paint.
So the back part of this story, just to be fair and give you the entire thing if you hadn't heard about it. So I would view that he's a star running back in the league. And so he's facing alleged domestic violence charges. He was arrested in Wisconsin, and he was arrested yesterday, and he was booked on 5 charges: battery, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, strangulation, and suffocation, and intimidation of a victim, according to the police department. The cops say came out Saturday morning. There was an alleged disturbance involving Jacobs, but he was not taken into custody until today. And then there have been some booking photos, which include images of his face and profile and all that. And they say it remains an active and ongoing investigation. He's denied the allegations through his attorney. Want to get that out there. And in a statement, the NFL says, "We are aware of the report. We have been in contact with the club. The Packers declined comment." So that's where it stands. And then I just saw his lawyers put out a statement saying that he is free and no formal charges have been filed.
Okay.
So that's that.
Let the legal process play out and see what comes from it.
We were talking about this earlier, that there are teams that are going to need a quarterback and that the 27 draft may be the time to do it. Perfect timing. And it's weird about, some of these teams that have drafted quarterbacks, some haven't. And I'm curious to see who's on your list.
That could be in the business.
I mean, I think we both share a few.
Yeah, like I tried to think of some teams that maybe were some wild cards that weren't your, probably had the Jets on our list and Arizona on our list. Like those teams, I think we are all kind of anticipating them being in the mix for, let's say, a top 10 pick next year. You had both those, I'm assuming, on your list?
The Jets and the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking about what you were just saying.
What's that?
About the Wild, because the Dolphins are going to be on there too, right? Well, Malik's there, so we'll see. Actually not.
I don't think
they may not be.
Money is big enough to where it would scare them off of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they would worry about double dipping because the money to me was fine for Malik Willis.
You want to know the weird one?
Yeah, what do you got?
What you said, like the wild card one?
Yeah.
It's my team.
Yeah, they were on my list.
Were they?
100%.
Because you just don't know if Kyler Murray's gonna click. And if he doesn't on this team, then he's not gonna.
And if he does play well, he's probably getting contract offers from other teams too, right? It may not be a bunch, but maybe 2 to 3, and that's all you need when you're a player is that amount of leverage, and then you're cooking. So yes, they were on my list. Minnesota.
You got to stay healthy. He usually doesn't, and they've got a young quarterback that hit and miss, mostly miss, and it's weird because this should be a playoff team if he's really good, if he's as advertised.
You guys were, 8-9 last year, or whatever that was? Like, you guys won a respectable amount of games in my mind last year with the kind of Watsons. Yeah, I had Minnesota on there. This was a wild card for me. What if C.J. Stroud lays another egg?
I like this wild card. This is interesting.
Doesn't that turn into the conversation of
that's why they're waiting?
Can we really do this again? That was one for me that I thought about that I wanted to run by you guys was Houston. And maybe it's not as bad as it was for CJ. Because that becomes obvious. But if it's just stuff from CJ, do the Houston Texans get back in the business of finding a quarterback?
And this is in the event that next year's quarterback class is as loaded as advertised, which fool me can't get fooled again. But let's say that there are 4 or 5 quarterbacks who are first round worthy. Like, we have to get creative with it.
Let me throw this scenario by you because I like that. what if they win too many games to take them out of that pocket of picking in the draft? And let's say Kyler's available, since we just brought him up. You watched him have a good year in Minnesota. CJ was just, What would you do? Kyler or CJ in that scenario?
I'm almost not even willing to entertain the idea that Kyler's going to have a good year in Minnesota. So
I think he is.
In what way?
I think he is.
Performance, health, what? Just performance?
Yeah, I've never been in on him.
I think he's going to play well. I think and when I say well, I think top 15-ish, and I think that's all that roster needs.
I think
is that type of quarterback play.
Rothman's a bit on the optimistic side. I think you're going to find out why Kyler Murray was one man's trash.
Man, I don't know. Kyler had some good years.
Maybe I'm just comparing trash bags. And I like, we got him cheap. It's a better option what they have.
Hefty, durable.
Yeah.
He's got some solid stuff on the resume I like. Kyler does. I'm in.
Sturdy. Holes aren't getting poked in.
That's right.
If you throw away something sharp.
Got a better scent to it.
Those are the teams I thought of. Your team, Houston, and then TLC's team's kind of an obvious.
That's an obvious one.
That's an obvious.
Oh, geez, yeah. Hello.
But that's a couple of the wild cards. Minnesota and Houston.
Are we intentionally avoiding the Browns?
No, it's on the obvious list.
Yeah.
All right.
It may not be obvious if Deshaun plays well. You know where I stand on that. This is going to be either a really good problem to have or a really awkward problem. Because if he plays above average, but not great, you're really paying him more money. If he plays really well, and you're like, wow, we got a future, then a Browns fan won't have any problem. These are sports fans. They want to win. If he gives them a chance, pay him more. They will. It's that middle ground. It's did you just throw away a year developing Shedeur?
What does middle ground feel like to a Browns fan, though? Because to me, that feels pretty good to them.
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
And I think that feels good.
8 wins. 8 to 9. Giving them hope.
That's how I'm trying to look at it from their perspective. Because I hear what you're saying, like the high end, they win 10 games, he messes around. Like,
Adam King takes Rothman to Hyde Park.
Hey, if they win 6. I mean, by the way, I'm taking polls at the Cavs game.
You're asking everybody. You're like, am I crazy?
Somebody tell me this team can win 6 games. Come on.
Oh, man. Anybody else? Actually, during the break, let's think, is there anybody else that isn't an obvious?
And we'll dive into a little bit of the Stroud situation because I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll come back with that. And Aaron Rodgers' most improbable path to a certain piece of history. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. Just freak the hell out of someone. The Fan.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Spring is here. Now's the time to get your air conditioner ready with a $49 AC tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. An AC tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
A nationwide picnic with the Pops presents Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. In one night, 4 decades of music. Take a journey through time with conductor Stuart Chaffetz and vocalist Jonah Bobo. Backed by a live band as the Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. Saturday, June 27th at Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Right now, get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucson SE. 0%, plus make no payments for 90 days. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, not all will qualify. N61.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers and storms on and off throughout the day today. Otherwise, cloudy skies with highs in the mid to upper 70s. For tonight, will become partly cloudy overnight with lows down into the 50s and a lot more sunshine in the forecast on Thursday as temperatures get in the mid to upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, think on this for a second. The other wild cards
hit me.
Would be, in my mind.
And real quick, AR, sorry to cut. For the folks that don't know, teams that are going to be in the quarterback business next off season in the NFL. That's what the topic is for folks that are just now hopping in.
Colts. Ooh. He has. I just looked up his contract. He has nothing. Daniel Jones has nothing guaranteed in the second year. Nothing.
Then yes.
He's coming off a torn Achilles.
Then we need to put them on this list.
The other one where I don't think he'd get loose would be, but there's a question on whether he'll be as good. I'd put the Saints on that list.
Tyler Shuck.
He's obviously showing promise, but, and then the other one, which I think is the real outlier because I think they'll pay him.
Yeah, he's about to steal mine.
All right, go ahead then. I don't want to steal
You're how disappointed he was.
I don't want to steal it. Go ahead.
No, but first of all, I was more excited about this until I saw that their owner was talking about giving him an extension soon, Baker Mayfield.
That's right. A pretty hefty one, too. He's been really solid.
Yeah, but he's
kind of follow Brady.
Last year was kind of...
He's kind of like a first-half warrior, though.
He's been banged up and all that, but I think the overall body of work in Tampa, I'm here for that. You don't think Browns fans will sign up for that? Absolutely. All day. All day. So, man, Baker, what's that going to look like, AR? 50 a pop? It's not going to be 60 a pop. I don't think. It should be.
No, because
what is that going to look like?
That would put him in real rare
That's
air.
top of the market.
Yeah, I think.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, can't.
No. Well, everybody advances, right? I mean, what's Mahomes making?
Like 45 or something.
Exactly. So,
but I guess when
for 10 years,
when the contract is announced, is Baker going to have the richest or highest paid quarterback in NFL history attached to it the way we see some of these new contracts? Right, because now I'm like Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence. We're all talking 53 to 55 for those guys.
I'd love to be able to get away with offering him like a 3-year 45, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, he's
Not
making
now.
33 right now.
Franchise him out.
Oh,
like Dak in 2020.
And Baker seems like a guy, AR, for you as a GM that he'd make life tough for you. Knowing how Baker goes about his business.
Either him or David Mulligetta.
You know he wasn't happy. You would know that.
So Brock Purdy got 53 a year, which is still way up there, but that was less than guys who had already set the market higher. And so Baker Mayfield, I mean, if I'm him, I'm saying if Brock Purdy's getting 53, then throw me in that mix. But that,
I don't know, man. Purdy's got the deep runs attached to his resume. That's why I think he got that.
If I'm Baker, I'm saying give me Brock Purdy's teammates and watch me do the same thing.
Purdy may be saying the same thing. Give me those dudes that were in Tampa the last couple of years. I'd probably be cooking.
He's got one of them now.
It's true that.
Let me just pay off on the tease. Aaron Rodgers could become a rare quarterback to beat every NFL team. But there's the most improbable way it could happen. Because the one team that he hasn't beaten is
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Can't play him. Not playing him in the regular season.
That's Super Bowl
There's
or
only
bust.
one way to do it.
What is the Steelers?
In his
Packers?
first year with Pittsburgh, he could have beaten him, right? He did not? Am I wrong?
Yeah, that would have been like a Sunday nighter.
Yeah. Green Bay was a high-scoring game.
If I recall correctly, and this may be my Adam King
Jordan
moment.
Love was good that night, I think.
Tucker Kraft was better. If I'm not mistaken, and this might be my Tucker Kraft was out for the year moment, I'm pretty sure Tucker Kraft torched us.
Both you guys are correct because the final score of that game, 35-25.
Yeah, but
Green Bay Packers.
Tell me what Jordan Love did.
I think he had 400. I'm going to go way high on this. I'm going to say 498 yards.
No.
Yeah, that's a low high.
He
low
didn't
high,
have
big dog.
5. No.
He was 360 and 3.
Okay. Oh. Pretty good.
And AR up 29 of 37.
Yeah, I know.
That's pitch and catch right there. You were right though, TLC. 7 for $143 and 2.
Yep.
For Tucker Kraft in that game.
This isn't about money for him, but here's the Steelers game. Remember when I was asking Schefter about this last week? He wasn't sure about the details on his bonuses and stuff, incentives. So he can make this deal this year could be worth up to $25 million. No big deal. He's already making 22.5. Here's where you can make up the 2.5 with every bonus. Every bonus is tied to playoffs. So,
well, looks like he's making 22 and a half.
$625,000 for advancing past wild card, $625 for a divisional round. By the way, this is horrible. Another $625 for an AFC Championship game win, and another $625 for a Super Bowl win.
They're all equal.
If I'm him,
every playoff win is equal for him.
I mean, if you're the Steelers, you give him another $5 million probably if he won a Super Bowl.
Correct.
If he wants to cash in on any of that, they've got to make it out of the wild card round. But he's locked in for 22.5.
Okay.
Are there just like general playoff bonuses that NFL dudes get where it's just like it's automatic and doesn't need to be contracted? Bobby, are you listening?
So you're saying like if the team just got to the playoffs,
Yeah, because
like
think about it. Like that would be another game without a game check.
Correct.
So would it be built in where it's like you don't have to have a contract like, hey, $625 each round you get, like Aaron Rodgers' incentives are right now, where it's like not even an incentive, but it's just explicitly just like, hey, here's...
Yeah, there's a pool of money that they all pull from based on advancing.
And then...
I don't know exactly how much, but maybe that changes every year.
Prorated based off of, or like divvied up based off the percentages of how much you take up of your team's salary cap, maybe? Or is everybody getting equal? Like the backup left tackle making the same as the quarterback? Wonder how that works.
I think if you're an active player, you get the same. I think as long as you're an active player on the roster, you're not getting any more from the pool because you're a starter or played well. I think you're getting it from that pool of money, and when you advance, there's an extra 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever it is.
And I think that's appropriate, like across the board.
Yeah.
Like those guys are grinding throughout the way. Yeah, like I'm here
Curl
for
up
that.
with the CBA tonight. Let us know tomorrow.
I'll have my my oral report ready to go for
That's
tomorrow.
right.
Reading the CBA.
Curl up with that on a nice Saturday
According to,
night.
Section 3, Article 2I.
Subsection 4. All right. So that's our wild card teams that are in the playoff or in the quarterback market. Any others?
No, I think everything's kind of. I mean, there really are a whole bunch of teams that are desperate right now. Like, I really don't. Do we have 5 teams at the moment that we would deem desperate at the quarterback position?
Jets?
Yes.
Who's quarterbacking them?
Geno Smith.
Geno.
You wrote him off. He ain't right back, though. But it's Geno.
Blame it on me.
If we ranked these, though, we ranked them as most important.
I got one more who I think is not
desperate?
entirely safe.
Oh.
Boy, I think we've
They wrote
named
me off.
them.
I ain't right back, though.
I feel like we've named them all other than maybe
Kids messing with
Atlanta.
school, blame it on me. Car breakdown going to work, blame it on me.
Did we say Atlanta?
Oh, no, but that's got to be.
Both of them.
Tua and Michael.
Bring levels of insecurity for sure.
This guy played well, and justifiably so. This guy earned his 5th-year option, but he was playing like hell for his 5th-year option this year. I don't think Bryce Young is entirely safe.
I think he would have to lay such a massive egg, I think, TLC, for them to go back to that mindset. I think them getting to the postseason in the way that they kind of scratched and clawed in that game against the Rams to make it somewhat interesting, I think he proved enough to give him at least 2 more years down there. I don't think it's going to be a 1-year thing.
They've seen enough.
Yeah, I think he's giving himself 2 more laps around the track.
They've seen enough.
Yeah. But I don't think we can get the 5 teams that are desperate. I don't think we have that right now around the NFL.
5 teams that are desperate.
Just desperate for good quarterback play.
Bryce Young's got one. Here I go now, going after the guy who I defended the entire time.
Pittsburgh is one of them.
Oh, for sure.
He's got a floor, but
yeah. I don't view them as desperate for this year, but long term they are.
If he gets tweaked, they will.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
Then you're throwing out essentially.
Then you might be throwing a little bit of a party if you're a Steelers fan.
Oh, if we really bottom out?
Like silently celebrating that.
100%.
Silently.
Yeah.
I won't be.
Good for you. But I don't think there's 5 teams.
I think when you say desperate, you have to attach the word future to it. Does your future have some desperation to it? And the Pittsburgh's future quarterback has some desperation.
We can definitely get beyond 5 if you want to go that route, for sure. For sure.
We'll hit our friend Ian Fitzsimmons. We'll ask him the same question and a lot more in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Want to win free Hothead burritos or bowls for a year? Play the Hothead Scratch and Win game, where every card is a guaranteed winner. Even a trip to the Caribbean could be yours. Get to Hothead Burritos during Cinco de Monto and scratch away.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Always as tender as a well-done steak. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, he's the man, ESPN host, college football sideline. He's our guy, Ian Fitzsimmons, on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. My man, all right, I'm going to start with a little bit of high heat, all right?
Come on.
Clemson football, they still play, right? They still have a program? Like, where are they?
Clemson at LSU week 1.
Like, what? Who and what are they? Is Dabo like the forgotten coach? Does he have to reprove himself, reinvent himself? Where are you on the Clemson football program?
I think that he made a good move in changing his offensive coordinator. Garrett Riley is now the quarterback's coach at Missouri for Eli Drinkwitz, who's one of my favorite people on the planet, by the way. But went with what is familiar and a guy he's known for a long time. So it was a good move to jettison because I don't think Cade Klubnik was used properly. And he had an outstanding wide receiving core. 3 offensive linemen are now in the NFL, and he just weren't used properly. It was Garrett Riley's had a really bad year last year, and I hate saying that because I like the guy a lot, but. Dabo had to make a move. So they're kind of forgotten right now. And watch out, because when that happens with a guy like Dabo, he's just kind of swimming in the weeds, man, or lurking in the weeds. And, and he's like one of those crocodiles, man, and gators from where I'm from, where watch that shallow water, because when you ain't looking, all of a sudden, bam, you're losing a limb. And that to me right now is Clemson.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. He hasn't forgotten how to coach. I think maybe he does have to reinvent himself a little bit. And what are they doing at quarterback? It's the kid that backed up Klubnik, I think.
As far as I know, yeah. But it's an open it's an open competition. What Dabo has done, though, and it started really last year to a much larger degree, and when I say larger, maybe 7 or 8 guys, is he learned, I got to hit the portal, or I'm going to be out of a job. We're going to get our butts kicked. And that's kind of like what Coach K did. Remember, Coach K was anti-one and done. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And for about 2 years, Duke didn't happen. And then Coach K went, all right, I'm in on the one and dones. And next thing you know, Duke basketball was back again. So I think that Dabo has learned that you use the portal to just replace pieces on guys that you do know and that you have recruited in and you lost out on, for whatever reason it may be. But you know the kid, you know the family, you have a need at left tackle. Right? Bam. Go get one. Go pay him. And that's, by the way, the best way that teams are built, in my opinion. Ryan Day does it as well as anybody. I'd say, Dan Lanning at Oregon does it as well as anybody. Kirby Smart does it as well as anybody. Where you're not doing what Florida State has done the last few years, and it worked once, and they thought they could do it again. Let's build 70% of our roster through the portal. There's no team chemistry. There's no nothing, man. You're not getting 5 offensive linemen in an offseason to know what a grunt means, whether am I slipping inside or am I shading out? I mean, whatever it might be. So you can't build an entire football team through the portal. You still have to heavily, and I'd say 70% to 75% has to be the opposite of what Florida State does or has done in the past, and that is trying to build your team through the portal. You have to have 70 to 75% of your team has to be built through the high school ranks.
Fitzy, you mentioned, you being assigned that Clemson game at LSU. Is that a neutral site or is that LSU? Is that down there?
No, dog. We're going from one Death Valley to the original Death Valley.
I'm here for it. I'm here for that.
Night game, brother. Night game. Lane Kiffin's first game, man. At night.
Yeah.
against Dabo.
Doesn't get much better than
awesome.
that.
Noise talk?
Incredible. Incredible. We were reacting earlier to Coach Ed Orgeron, some comments he made about Brian Kelly. Because you remember when Brian Kelly comes to the scene and he does the whole accent thing, and everybody's like, all right, what are we doing? But now Coach O back with Lane Kiffin. What do you think that does for that program?
Well, how about the entire state of LSU athletics? Let's go bigger, Matty. I mean,
Will Wade back in the house? Yeah, everybody.
Kim Mulkey, right? I mean, Lane Kiffin. Now Coach O is back. I mean, are you kidding me? That's a damn. Can we just get a TV crew to follow them around, those four, and see what their day in the life is when it comes to coaching at Louisiana State University? So, I'm a big Coach O guy. He is one of the best recruiters in all of college football. He's one of the best D-line coaches and D coordinators in all of college football. He's just a little bit different. So there you go. I mean, he's just Coach O. And you go ask anybody who's played for him, from Joe Burrow on down, they absolutely love the guy. So it's good to see him back in Baton Rouge. And look, man, when it comes to coaching up and recruiting, he's one of the best in the business when it comes to the defensive side of the ball.
Have we slowed?
By the way, I'm glad we're talking football and not what's really pissed me off today. And that is how I love the fact that college football is dominating the news cycle. I hate why college football is dominating the news cycle. I mean, we got now bipartisan bills in Congress getting back involved, and the SEC and down at their SEC coaches meetings, screaming and yelling about, well, we don't want 24, but we want more than 12. But hey, the Big Ten said they didn't know about 16. Well, BS. The Big Ten's the one that brought up 16. I mean, this whole thing, can't we just do what's best for the stinking game? It's a great game. And if we could all just, if Emmert, the former NCAA president, had done his job instead of worrying about his direct deposit of $2 million a year and where he's playing golf the next day, and put a salary cap in place immediately, we wouldn't be dealing with this right now. But it's absolute chaos behind the scenes in college football. And I'm telling you, man, if right now, as chaotic as it is, and with the Big Ten bickering about 24 and the SEC saying this, and I love Mike Elko's comment, head coach of Texas A&M, where he said, yeah, we all want 40, so we can't get fired. But I guess we're just playing for participation trophies now. Yeah, Elko.
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah. My dogs agree. That means my daughter Marin's home last day of school, half day. Hey, way to go, Marin. I mean, but yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on right now in college football. And like I said, I love the fact we're dominating the news cycle, but I hate the why we're dominating the news cycle.
All right, so are there any positives? The only ones that I could come up with would be potentially that if you have more teams that are, quote, alive mathematically to get in a playoff, you could theoretically have some better games at the end of the season because they're still fighting again. And the other thing it counters is this narrative that teams that are already locked in would rest players. They'd want to play for the bye still. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because you will see in November your team resting starters. That will happen if we go to 24. Guaranteed. If they know that they have a slot and they can't get home field, then guess what? They're going to rest guys.
During rivalry games? You think Ohio State would do that?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, who knows, man? I mean,
if you're not playing for
the Natty or beating – what's more important, the Natty or beating Michigan?
Winning the Natty, in my opinion.
Damn right.
It's not 100%. We did that poll here. We did that poll in Columbus OH. And guess what? It didn't come out 100%.
Oh, there's no look. I can completely understand it, and it would. By the way, it wouldn't in Opelika, Alabama, or Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right?
You can't just willy-nilly throw out what's more important, beating Michigan or winning the title. It's as cut and dried as it sounds. It's not as easy around here, but I'm with you. Last team standing is still the ultimate deal. But
hey, here's the other thing: 24, man. We are handing out damn participation trophies. Because look at last year's regular season poll. You going to tell me an 8-4 Iowa team has a shot at a national title?
No.
Hell no.
All they have a chance of is
list, man.
No chance.
Go look at last year's regular season.
Yeah.
Right? The final college football poll.
All right.
And you can cut that bad boy off at a legit contender, probably at 13 with Texas, right? And then if you want to stretch it to 16 to give somebody a participation trophy and throw in a JMU or a Tulane or whomever, fine. I don't care. Come get your ass whipped on our campus, and we'll send you home with a participation trophy and a nice big fat freaking check. But other than that, dude, I mean, going to 24 to me.
Let me ask you this. All
right. Yeah,
I'm with you.
Because you got me going, bro.
I'm with you, but you'd have to admit one thing. You would get some chaos. You'd have to, because that Iowa team, and I don't know what they were ranked last year, but they played Indiana to 5 points. They played Oregon to 2 points. They played that team played with playoff teams. I'm not saying they'd pull an upset, but somebody will. You can't have a 2014 playoff where the favorites always win. There's going to be chaos. There have to be. It's a one-gamer. It's not a series.
Fitzy, I don't know if this sport is built for the upset. I don't.
One game? No, not in general. You're not going to have the whole thing implode.
No. So look, on one day, man, App State can beat Michigan or Texas A&M. We can do this all day, man.
Well, I brought up a legit team.
Championship.
I brought up a top 20 team in Iowa that played with playoff teams.
I could not disagree more, AR, because did they win those games? Did they win them? The answer is no.
They did not win those games.
So, I mean, it's we can talk about, they were close. Man, was close in, right? Hand grenades, right? Shotguns, and me with a prom queen, and it didn't happen. Well, there you go. I mean, it's and that's the state.
They beat Vandy in the bowl game. Does that count? In the ReliaQuest or whatever?
I mean, Matty, kick him in the junk. I know you're trying to draw me offside to the Vandy bowl game. I mean, get the hell out of here.
Trying to find a game they won. It wasn't easy. I was just trying to find something. All right, final question for you, and this has to be a quick one. As I think I know the answer, you're like me. You do not have a travel case or cover for your toothbrush when it's just sitting in your bathroom, do you? Only when you go on the road, probably.
Correct, and it's probably, but my sink is not in the same room as the toilet.
That's Maddie's rule. That's right. That's amazing.
Okay.
Because the most, if you go,
oh no,
this is disgusting. But if you actually, there's studies have been done on this. If your toothbrush is near your crapper, crap is getting on your toothbrush, and then it's going in your mouth. Look it up.
That's real.
Look it up.
Because I'm
just that simple.
It's just that simple.
I'm just telling you. And by the way, I need my wife to come home. She's been gone since last Thursday. She's going to be gone till Sunday. I mean, I'm looking at a stack of laundry that my daughter Marin and I finally did. We did 4 loads yesterday. Well, we're stinky men. Ladies, we love you because when you're gone, I mean, the house is a disaster. Laundry was optional. I mean, keep us in the yard because this other stuff, I mean, it's hard. I mean,
you can't.
My wife has to come home.
You can't go. All the plants are going to die. Movie?
You have no room for growth. Growth? I am the acorn that
becomes the oak. You got it. I knew you'd come through for me. You can't go. All the plants are going to die. All right, brother. Be well. Get that laundry done. The drudgery of laundry.
I got to get in shape or I'm dead. I need the Army. See ya.
See you, pal. It's our guy, Ian Fitzsimmons. Maddie's in your camp. Those loose particles. They're floating everywhere.
He's like 1 foot in my camp, 1 foot in your camp.
No, but he was like, he doesn't have it.
He knows, though.
He's got a separate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that
knows.
thing's close to your toilet.
I haven't made the move yet, but tonight I think it's.
Please do.
All right. We're coming back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. You know, I had one of those days recently where the phone just wouldn't stop and the schedule kept moving, and somehow I felt great. I wasn't carrying around the low-grade anxiety I used to think was just part of being busy. And it made me think about the old version of me, the one that had the afternoon fog, lousy sleep, sugar crashes, a ton of joint pain, all those things I used to shrug off as just a part of life. It wasn't a part of life. It's just what I felt like almost 50 pounds ago. And yeah, losing the weight with Awaken 180 was great, but the benefits that came with it, that's the part people don't talk about enough. I feel clearer, I sleep better, I'm not crashing, I'm not feeling like my body's working against me all day. A GLP-1 may suppress hunger and help the scale, but those meds don't fix the brain fog or the blood sugar crashes or the anxious energy or teach you how to keep it off. Awaken 180 showed me the right way to eat, to adjust and maintain it. Call 844-346-1800. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Guess which store is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and you'll get up to $180 off sets of Goodyear tires.
Oh man, what's their name?
Join T-Bone and Tyvis mornings on The Fan for football, food, and fun, featuring T-Bone.
Now, when you were talking about the football stuff, I was listening, but when you said Waffle House, I leaned forward in my chair.
And national champ Tyvis Powell.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
Where they solve all the world's complex problems.
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Football, food, and fun with T-Bone and Tyvis. Weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on The Fan.
Matty Ice here. Are you ready to upgrade your ride this May? McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion is having a huge Silverado 1500 sale all month long. That's right. During the month of May, you can save up to $14,000 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 or lease one for as low as $364 a month. But hurry, this deal ends soon. You must take delivery by June 1st, 2026. See dealer for details. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit them at McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, TLC, take us home.
All right, let me light a grenade and throw it into your studio real quick. Does it make the Blue Jackets organization look bad that anytime John Tortorella does anything elsewhere, it's big news in Columbus, Ohio? Leading question, sorry. Should have been more unbiased.
Make them look bad for letting him go?
No, that they've just done nothing without him.
Listen, he orchestrated the greatest season they've ever had. And certainly it took a lot to do that, going all in and keeping Bobrovsky and keeping Panarin, and it got dicey at the end. They, as I've always said, they went all in without being already in, and that was really scary. No, I think there's a good percentage of this fan base that really was fortunate and fell in love with the guy. He was your coach, and I think would be rooting for him. This is a guy who 2 months ago was still shoveling manure on his farm. Like, this came out of nowhere. This was not the team he was supposed to be able to get or inherit, however you want to look at it. And I think it's been an incredible 19-4-1. They lost 12 of 16 before they got him. They were leaking oil. They may not even get in. He gets there and then has to win right away. You get the bump that we know about, and then he's ridden it all the way. He's gotten out of their way. He's not overcoaching. You can tell he's not going nuts on calls. Like, he knows the team he has. Long answer to your question.
You sound like you're ready to go take the ice for him.
I don't think the Blue Jackets. I don't think the Blue Jacket fans are obsessed. I think that with him, he went to the Flyers. It didn't work out there. Like, he's a guy that took you farther than you've ever gone. I think there's always going to be some love and support of him, and also knowing this is his last ride. He's not a young coach.
You getting that extension out there in the desert?
I don't think he went there to just try to coach him to the finish line. It was to coach again and then see what happens. But now that he's done, gotten him to the Cup final,
they're going to offer
Eric
him an
Weddle
extension
on the Rams.
What's that?
I said he's Eric Weddle on the Rams.
He's got to stay. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, you have to offer him a contract extension, regardless of the result.
The bottom line is he's a lifer. He wants to coach. He's coaching. He didn't just do it to coach. Now, I say that if I dare I say that he did win it all, could he go out on that and say, I've won 2 cups. Yeah. I'm the only guy in history of the sport to sweep multiple President Trophy winners.
And then you get to say to the next guy, follow that.
It happens in hockey more than you think, though. It does. They hit a ceiling in salary. They retreads all the time. Guys that have won cups that get blown out.
If they redid a deal or cooked up a new deal, I guess I should say it, I would have to guess that that's short term in years.
Well, I think it would probably be a 3, and maybe he would only do 2, or maybe he gets fired after 2 and gets the money from the 3rd. I don't know. But I don't think he didn't take this leap of faith because he wanted to coach 30 games or whatever. Like, he did it because he wants to coach.
Right. I don't think there's any egg on the face of the Jackets. I don't with this. And then after Torts, there
this
were
isn't his first stop after he left us.
Right. And then with us, we know there were some trying times that happened for us that made things difficult, which is totally understandable over there with the unfortunate stuff with Johnny. And then outside of that, the whole Babcock situation went left and sent that season on its head, and just all of that. So, no, I don't think there's any egg on their face, and it kind of looks like they've recovered a bit here, if you believe in the Big Don, and outside of what happened with the collapse, if you will, late, but he came in and showed you that he could do some solid things.
Is there any jerk on their face?
I just must have jerk on my face.
I don't think so. I think this is 4 years removed from his last season where he missed the playoffs. They made the playoffs. They lost. They wound up beating Tampa, which was the greatest season ever for them. So, I mean, he won 50. He won more games in his first full season here than Vegas just did this year.
Watching them
playing for the Cup.
Watching Torts celebrate last night, it never crossed my mind, oh, what a mistake that was. It didn't hit me that way and hasn't hit me that way
it happens a lot. A lot more than you think.
Look it up.
Exactly.
So Abner Uribe is a flamethrower in the Brewers bullpen. He had a big strikeout, to whatever degree you consider a big strikeout, in a 6-0 ball game yesterday. And he gave the biggest WWE crotch chop you would ever see directed at the Cardinals dugout. And manager Pat Murphy, after the game, was none too pleased with his reliever.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, it's just unacceptable. I don't know what got over him. I mean, he's been an emotional guy, but that kind of thing, that's just not how we do things, and I was embarrassed by it. And, you know, why are we doing it? It's 6-0 game. What are we doing there? And there must be something deeper that I don't know about. I love the kid. Believe me, I love the kid. There's so much good in this kid. He's been so great for us in so many ways, but that's unacceptable. So whatever's going on, You can't tolerate that for his teammates and for everything else. It's just not. It's not going to be tolerated. That's all there's to it.
Are you disappointed that Pat Murphy is having no fun?
That's
Yes.
how you view
Yes,
that?
I am. Because I hate it when the NBA fined Joel Embiid for getting his Degeneration X on, too. Lighten up, Pat.
I'm not going to say anything.
Well, because we know where you're with Pat. You're with Pat.
He said it right. It's embarrassing.
Jonathan Lucroy quote tweeted and said the kids are watching,
It's
so he's
the same reason that the San Francisco Giants outfield was doing their little,
which I was here for as well.
Humpathon in the outfield.
You only get two. Key and Peele taught us that. We got to go. Nicole Sheeran joins the boys at 3:30. Jeff Frimmer 5:30. Jason Stark at 4:30.
All right, we'll come back tomorrow at high noon as professionals. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We're blessed to be 1-6 in the league.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history.